All righty. Oh, you got Fed Williams talking right now, too. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready for a day of trade deals and rumors of deals and rumors and rumors of rumors and all of it. But we did talk about China last night. You had a lot of articles, even from the speech to rumors. They're saying the tariffs are going to come down to 60%. And then Trump this morning says 80. 80 is a good number. I like 80 better. But Switzerland, Scott Bessent, China, that is the main thing. You're even going to hear a little bit with Saudi Arabia. Market's doing good. I think we're on a couple-day rally now, or at least 2 days, and we're trying to see whether or not de-escalation and peak trade volatility, is that behind us or not? So make no mistake, you guys, we're almost halfway done with the year on top of that. So throw that all in there. But other than that, you got a couple of earnings. We're actually getting Fed Williams right now, and we're going to hear some other ones. And then after that, my friends, it's just going to be, it's just going to be leading into the weekend. I'm all up in this mic, huh? My bad. I have a new mic today, so if I do get a little crazy, I hope you understand. I didn't realize I was all up in it. I was So, yeah, let's have a good one, though. But other than that, Chattadonia, you got about 4 minutes. I need to go to the bathroom still, and I do have a couple of plays, so we could get into all of that. But yeah, let me see. Let me use my bathroom break because they usually go on break.
President of the
good morning, baby.
San Francisco.
Good morning.
President of the Federal Reserve of San Francisco. So he's on both
good morning.
And in the meantime, or in the middle of that, he was a senior economic advisor to President Clinton at the end of his second term.
Yeah, and then now here in New York, of course, very closely tied to the market functionings. And fun little fact. Market plumbing thing going on here. Actually, the Federal Reserve right now keeping a close eye on those repo market operations. So clearly still concerns about those treasury markets, which, by the way, are actually up on the week in terms of yield. So with all the perceived calm, Matt, you're actually ending the week higher on yields and flat to lower on equity markets.
Right, looking at 436, 437 right now on the 10-year. So not quite back to the danger zone that we had seen before. Here you see S&P futures up 1/3 after closing in the green yesterday and the day before. So 3 days in a row of gains after a slow start to the week. Less than 4 minutes to go until the opening bell. Maria Waitman joins us next. This is Bloomberg.
The future of trading is here on Robinhood. Purpose-built for how you trade. Execute your strategies with tools designed to make trading more intuitive.
What's a parlay? Wait, what's a parlay? What does that mean? Hey, Robinhood! Vlad! Hey, Vlad, wait! What is it? What do you mean over or under? I don't get it. What does that mean? Oh, like a call means stock goes up? Oh, okay. That's easy. Oh. All right, well, I didn't get to go to the bathroom. I had to stop you. I had to stop the youth from getting told to gamble. But other than that, I think we're good. K-Web versus C-Web. So I still got a pee remaining. I get one more bathroom break or I'm going to file a OSHA complaint. Okay? I'm just telling you now. But as far as plays, I'm going to be watching TTD. We already got free contracts, so that's dope. Watch Pinterest as well, Net. Those are the big earnings winners. Then Boeing, K-Web. Literally all you need to do, especially if all of the trade stuff is getting obnoxious, I strongly think that you could focus on those two names and you'll be good. And then TSM, and then there was a small cap runner in the morning, Syta, SYTA. But it's like AI comics, but then they had something with T-Mobile earlier. That's the T-Mobile thing is the only thing that made me look, but we've seen a couple of those every other day, so we will find out, my friends. But other than that, Oh, wait, I was like, what is that? Damn. All right, we got 1 minute. Come on. Can I get a commercial? Oh, CNBC?
Business
what?
is on
All right.
fire. Up
Post your
71%,
plays,
I
Chad.
think, in revenue.
Share your plays with the Chad. This is your last time to do it. Once the bell rings, no more plays.
Last year, it's gone
So
from 10
go.
to 100 plus. And so according to our valuation, the rate of return expectation accordingly has come down over the next 5 years.
That's ARK Invest Kathy Wood this morning on Squawk Box talking about Palantir. We've had some discussions this morning about whether Palantir really is back in the top 10 list of so-called tech companies.
Well, it's top 10 market cap in the S&P tech sector. Now, the S&P tech sector is strictly defined. It's software and semiconductors. It does not include Alphabet, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, Netflix. But so it's almost $300 billion market cap. The extraordinary thing is not the absolute size of Palantir, it's the valuation relative to its sales and relative to its economic footprint. And, you know, ARK has owned it for some time. I'm not sure exactly, probably at the IPO, maybe even before the IPO. And the stock's done phenomenally well. But what it tells me is if you look at what has worked within Kathy Wood funds, it's a stock that has this sort of world-dominating mission.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game time. Game time. Ooh, deposit to the long term. Amen. All right, you got Fed barking, talking right now as well. See when the TTD chain opens. I don't know if they're going to scam us. They might because they're still out of the money, and now you have no earnings premium. Yeah, they scammed them. The ask is up, but the bid is not. And then watch, again, any Apple, NVIDIA, any of the leader ones from yesterday, even the Babas too. Intel is still up. Jeez. So those free Intel contracts are going. Bobo. Some of the old Apples came back up. China plays are just holding. All right. I like the TTD. So TTT is either going to sell to like 9% or it's going to go up to like 24%. Something like that. MCHP, yeah, you were asking for that one yesterday. That one hit. Tesla, they're going good. Again, just China too. China, Boeing. I know there's a lot in the morning, but you can make it easy. Yeah, Tesla's really going, 293. And then you have Google. Barking, DC, weekly spending, job openings are down. TTD's climbing back up again. The contracts aren't really like going crazy. But Melly, I think Melly's interesting. I mean, if you want that foreign exposure, they're an interesting company. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I wouldn't say it's the best. Eli Lilly on the high. See if biotechs. Again, you had Section 232 stuff earlier today. NVO's going. IBB. Oh, yeah, TSM. They had the update. Rumble popping. Oh, yo. He said, Josh Goss? Hey, yo. God bless you, Alan. Oh, I just saw that. Good morning. I am close. I'm getting used to the mic, but I'm like all up in it. I need to like chill. I'm not used to it yet. Yeah. Honest is up. You guys were asking about that one too. Again, Tesla, TTD. Where's Bobo? Boeing's chilling. Again, they actually gapped up even 2%. Boeing, yeah, Boeing's are up a little bit. The other ones, the out the monies from yesterday we made free are just killing it. So those are all still up. They're still premium. China names are moving. Pinduoduo, JD, very small. Again, Baidu is up in the morning. Where's Apple? Apple's starting to go. So those plays, I got washed on Apple plays this week, but they are coming back now. And then Hims. And then you guys don't, why is Hims selling 0% bonds? I don't know. That's another topic. Okay, Boeing's moving again. I feel like Bradley Frizzle is here somewhere. K-Web actually too easy. Well, just like, again, some people are like, I got stream alerts. I have this. I have that. I sit all day. And honestly, if you have everything and you still feel overwhelmed, this is what I was saying, like, tie it into the news. Boeing and K-Web will account for like 90% of trade headlines. And they have a high correlation. So in a weird way, you don't have to overwhelm yourself. And that's why I'm saying you could do it good. Yeah, CrowdStrike, Homeboy got investigated. So that's why they're down there. It's down 2.9, honestly. Could be a little worse. TTD's going. I mean, our plays are, I'm glad we made them free, but they're just meandering. Yeah, no, the TTDs are dead now. Yeah, it's back to 2 cents. Habibi. AMD, Tesla again. Turn on a VWAP. TTD again. We might have to go in the money on that. I still like, bro, that thing's just running. Huh? Philip Morris. Are you serious, bro? Little scammers. Little scammers. Pepsi, a Bebsi. All right. Options aren't updating. Well, wait till we start hearing about the trade deals. Again, like we said on that one level, we get to a couple more points here. Before you know it, we're going to be at the FOMO zone. But for now, we got to get back to the 57s. Meta, MSTR, Tesla. Those are all moving now. Coinbase and Hood. Bubba John's, where is Bubba John's? Let's go. Hit 40, Habibi. Hit 40. Yalla. NVO's doing good. Again, Tesla, Coinbase, MSTR, JP Morgan. Again, watch biotechs and healthcare. See if they do come up. There's NVIDIA now. Hey, the NVIDIA free contracts came down. They're only up 30. They were up 70 yesterday. Reddit pop, Palantir, CoreWeave. Seems like a lot of things moving into the high. Again, it's still only been 6 minutes. Micron's moving. Again, crypto as well. Now you got Google. Remember, they started moving yesterday towards the close. And there's SPY. Watch, again, dollar and oil and shit like that, too. Don't forget. But we actually had our morning little truth socials, but we haven't heard anything yet on negotiations or any of the main drivers. You did have the other one, China Xi, Serbian President Vucic meet in Moscow. Man, nothing else moving. Equal weight is green. Everything's green. Yeah, so actually tech is holding you up a little bit more. Pinduoduo now. China. All China plays, some more than others, but yeah, everything is in tandem. I'll give you guys a checkup in a little bit, but for now, just remember yesterday, you just had clear like upside momentum for a little bit. Intel plays are holding better than I've ever seen. God bless them. I can't believe it. Futu, Roku, there's TTD. Palantir down. Remember, Palantir had its little back and forth this week. Net on the low. That was the good earnings. So, they were up like 15. Net's fading. And then, like I told you, 20, where TTD's at one of the levels now, too. Tesla, while market still just melting on up. Again, it's probably going to be slow volume, and we have only been here for 8 minutes. So, keep that in mind. Intel. Intel, it just sucks because NVIDIA again. So NVIDIA is printing on the high. But I don't know if you guys recall, like, even like end of last year, last time I bought Intel, I still like it a lot, but I still believe even with this new CEO and all of it, it's just going to be 2026. Where, like, I think more towards the end of the year, we will start to see that. ARM is popping again. They had earnings, and they're in the UK. And then Bond just dancing around here. They're barely green, but I don't think they're indicative of anything. Tesla's still, man. Tesla's up 5% straight from the morning. That's your second or third red candle of the day on this SPY. Yeah, the Boeing is a holding. Okay, Boeing still up 1. Those at the moneys they did a lot better. Okay, bonds are catching a bid. Again, they're barely green, so whatever for this move is just not permanent. I haven't looked at the dollar. Dollar's down, SPY coming down a little bit as well. I know we talked sweet green. I think I need it at like $7. But hey, I'm sure it's probably at a crazy valuation still. 1.8 billion, no PE because they make no profit. But yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But I do $7 was when I told you about $9. When I had sweet green and I was like, you guys, this place is good. It was at $9 and then it went up to 30. Chewy, TTD, NVY, NVVY, whatever that is. Where is a ball? TTD, Lyft as well. I forgot about that one. Now Coinbase again too. Yeah, Coin's break even from earnings. All right, you sold off a couple there. I mean, this is all the range of yesterday, and it sucks. I mean, like I told you guys from the beginning of the week, we're either looking at like 5,300 or 5,400 to the low, and then that 5,840 to the high. So, ironically enough, we've just still been in this weird, gigantic range. Apple did flip, yeah. They were doing good. Again, China names keep going. Not Baba, but the other ones are holding up. And then SPY just back to opening candle. Roku's moving. Who's the other one? Affirm, they reported. Yeah, I thought pizza clipped 40, but yeah, it's about to. It's fire, bro. That's it. We had a nice talk on pizza yesterday. Hood going up. MSTR, and again, we've not heard from your boy yet. Not one political headline. You did get some Truth Socials. But remember, the whole vibe right now is whatever happens in Switzerland over the weekend. That is where we are at. Owen. IDF says missile launch from Yemen has been intercepted. Hasbro on the high. Remember the Mattel thing yesterday? Yeah, they're still all barely green. I want to say everything's green. Give me 15 more minutes. We'll get the little checkup here. But, yeah, you're gapping up green, and there is a lot of broadening out. And remember, yesterday had a lot of broadening out. That was it. That was the real big thing. It wasn't just Mag 7. So that's both good and... It's good, or it could just tell you it's a giant rotation. And then we're going to still keep chopping. Okay, you're going down a little bit more now. Expedia's on the high. That's weird. They were actually one of the worst ones for travel stocks. Lyft is up the most since November. Tesla's killing it. I haven't looked at any of the other automakers. Yeah, Ford is up, GM. So not doing too bad. Again, Coin and MSTR. You even have Lyft again at the high as well. And SPY near the low. A Nissan, Habibi. You have a Nissan? Nissan? Let's see, long term. Oh, yeah, NVO is up today. Okay, bonds up, SPY down. That's actually holding. So not really, I guess, a little bit of a correlation, but low key, the downside on equities is leading to a bit on bonds. So just see until that breaks. Yeah, the yen is starting to catch a bid too. All right, you're going lower. Only by 0.5. Dow is probably going to be the first one to go red. It has been every Friday. Can I throw some SPY levels out? You just want me to poop them out? I can, but it's the same ones as yesterday. So the gap fill 5, 6, 6, 7, 6, 5, and then the 3, 7, 3, 5, and then the 17, then the 13, then the flat, and then to the upside again, just 5,700, 57.13, and then 25 is the one we didn't hit yesterday. So we will see. HRMY. Yeah, Lyft, again, this is their best move since November. They actually did good and a big buyback. WRD. What's this? Oh, that's the one from the other day. This is the one with Uber, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, those options are crazy. But maybe shares on that if you're going to play it. But that's just the Uber. It's like Uber China AI thing or something like that. I don't know. Good luck. Be careful. Tesla is going 299.40. Hey, yo, Elon, hear me out. Why don't you make a EV pizza company? Elon, hear me out, Elon. Okay, Elon. For $1 billion, listen, just give us 100% for $2 billion. You could put a pizza at every charging station, Elon. I'm just saying, this is Elon. Who doesn't? What's more freedom than pizza, Elon? Come on. There, I rest my case. We're waiting on your response, Elon. All right, little bounce, but you're just right back to open. I mean, get ready. It just looks like we talked about this speeds on these days. Yesterday was a very big day. Yesterday you had both. You had fast speed, big velocity, then it stopped. But right now we're still playing this move slow, and then you have all these other headlines and catalysts that are lingering. Hood going up as well. The danger zone. Bitcoin is insane. I'm telling you, that one has been... We've had, 5 times that you've hit 100K this year? But yeah, Bitcoin and the crypto ones, a lot of the crypto companies, even if they weren't too good of earnings, they still held up. Marvel benefited off of Quantum. They're going up, though. Marvel's at the high. Bigger candles. There's Oklo. SPY still dancing near the lows. And then 0.5% on the NASDAQ, 0.5% on Russell, 0.3 on SPY, 0.14 on the Dow. Pony and WeRide. Those are both Uber AI hype plays, and they're moving. Coinbase, they're going now. Now you got Mara as well, MSTR, a lot of crypto. But then bonds hitting a new high. SPY's not near the low. It's near the low, but not at a low. So let's find out. Good hood calls. Well, I wish you the best of luck with those, but there's no more plays allowed in the chat. So welcome. We didn't see you all week. You missed out on some news plays. But good morning. No plays. Please read the rules. Assume everybody owns what they talk about and that they are pumping it. Don't trust anybody except the long term. But the long term's not a person. It's an idea. W buy halted. MSTR is just killing it. Where's China? China K-Web did not move yet. Even Boeing. We haven't heard Boeing. Okay, Spy still dancing. Communications, AT&T on the high. Is that Saito one go yet? Yeah, that's the one I was saying in the mornings, but you also had We Ride in the other. You're going to get one of those fucking randos. So it's either you get random small cap runners today or not. The Watchlist loved you. Hey, man. Long term. Marvel, Tesla, MSTR. It's actually, dude, it has to be Apple NVIDIA drag, right? Because this feels like you have way more green than not, but SPY will not move. Apple's even up 1%. Microsoft's in the green. Meta, I don't know. What am I missing? The place thing. So just go back, but you weren't here every day if you missed it. So I explained it for like 3 days in a row. So you don't need a LARP as a Chad. But please go back and watch the past videos and it'll understand. But you will get banned if you can't follow the rules. And you got the peach! Oh! No! Yes! Horn! Peach Nation! Oh! Now it feels like a Friday. Wow, Bradley Frizzle. Hey, man, bro. The cumulative return on Boeing Peaches is insane. I love you, Bradley Frizzle. God bless you. New mic, same peach. Bradley Frizzle is more consistent than my microphones. More consistent than Jerome Powell. Bradley Frizzle has had more consecutive terms than Donald Trump. I'm just telling you. Yeah, he's out. Bradley Frizzle, even the desk can't even handle it. Oh, man. So God bless America. God bless the peach. Amen. Amen. Oh, no. I don't have a Kahoot today, no. But I have a game. I finally figured out a cool game idea, but now I don't know how to get contestants. So yeah, we're going to have to figure that out. Or we could use one of the other ones, because I know I still owe some. We buy. 200%. Couple other China names moving. All right, low ticker picking up. SPY going down, but like I'm telling you, feels like you have way more green. But the index isn't moving, but then again, we are gapped up by a quarter. Hershey's on the high. Some values are moving. And then those, what was it? Was the other one? Saitama. But then you just have just random small caps doing their thing. Okay, NVIDIA's staying barely pinned. All right, new low, and look and notice the bonds. Bonds hit a high while it wasn't at the low, then they flip-flopped, but that one's kind of breaking trend a little bit. Dude, this is tiny. 20 points given, but I mean, even yesterday's power hour move was that's all we're doing right now. We appreciate we'll get a long term, baby. Long term. That's it. Long term. Hey, man. Thank you. Oh, Boeing. Boeing, what? What do you mean it went down? How does it go down? There's a peach. Oh, yeah. Friday peaches, though, sometimes tell you to take profits. It's a lot. It's hard to know. Tesla 300. Pizza just hit 40, bro. Meta's on the low now. Watch if big tech sells. Like I'm saying, the index isn't really reactive, but it should be. SRPT, techs. Call pizza. I mean, NVO and pizza were great pickups, and I'm glad we bought. But I didn't realize that literally 2 weeks ago, if you were buying and you were like, I want to buy a stock, that was a contrarian idea. That's wild to me. That's why we had a nice little talk on the watch list yesterday. But Chad, you might be entering maybe in a couple more months or years. You might be entering a new era, bro. Yeah, Baba just died. So watch China plays. Yeah, bro, look at K-Web. Do you guys not see this? So look, indexes are moving, but last 5 minutes, you just had a set of China names all sell with no headlines. So be mindful of that. And then Bitcoin going up, and there's TTD. Mara. Yeah, so watch China. That was weird. $104, a little bit. Still, it's already doing good. Well, yeah, now this SPY, but I think that China move is a little bit more interesting. I don't know what the Tesla news is. Could be some of the UK or the auto stuff, but other than that, I have no idea. But yeah, man, 2 weeks ago, and I think even to this day, but if you want to buy stocks and you think that there is a bullish narrative somewhere to justify buying, do you guys realize that is a contrarian idea? So now, consensus, you are with the crowd if you are bearish. It's fascinating. So, because you're looking in these pickups, it's like, wow, we got some great prices and they've already moved a lot. And some people are getting on board now, but at the end of the day, it's like the idea of buying with what we just went through was actually, that 1-2 out of every 10 people were really actually thinking and acting on that, which is wild. All right. Well, we're 4 minutes away from the top of the hour. We'll see what that one brings. No, bro, it's crazy if you think about it. So now, think about this. The Chad, people already thought we were crazy, you guys. Do you understand? We call ourselves a cult. You have this weird faceless guy who yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then throw in the Jesus stuff, right? Then the Trump shit now. Oh, man, right? So they already think we're crazy. Yes, and they're not really incorrect, but still, bear with me. But now, this idea where you're buy stocks, save 10%, and hold stocks forever, that is even more batshit crazy. Oh, I hope you feel me, Chad. Very wild, the time we live in. But yeah, that's your opportunity. Tesla, anything that had a bid in the morning is still running. Again, even TTD. Some stuff's just slowing down. It's just going a lot slower. I love this chat. Oh, you mad. We love you. God bless you, my Canadian brother. And good morning. Amen, bro. Do you guys like the new mic? I feel like it's really loud. But you guys like it. Even my girl said it sounds good, but in my mind it sounds so loud. But hey, as long as you guys enjoy it, that's all that matters. Super cleared, loud but crisp. And I just need to stop trying to eat it. I kind of get really like, I get into it, bro. I get into it. That you use for OBS? Yeah, I'll take a look. Because I just messed around with my little compressor thing, and that's it. GME on the high. Unity. The dollar moving too. And then you got Sweet Greens. Weird China reactions. SPY just dancing around. You're right at open, baby. XP. All right. In the long time. And then happy Friday, bro. Expedia, Baba. Yeah, DraftKings going up still. DraftKings was not good. They guided down, and then, yeah, they went up once again this season, man. The random ass responses that did prevail. I mean, nothing really in line with the stats. Arquite just going up with Redfin. Bumble on the high. Yeah, Grinder did good. I don't know. With how some people were behaving, I kind of expected that, you know, with all the bans. But, yeah, they did good. But they sold off, actually. Oh, the 1 minute. It'll probably be loud. Morningstar, DBRs, upgrades India to BBB. Trend unchanged to stable. Okay, bond still holding. SPY right at open again. There's TTD. Out the monies. Even some of the near the monies are just, they're very, very laggy. He said, no do, Habibi. HTZ hurts on the high. Remember that last Friday. They're going up. You want Pepsi, but you want to be patient. So here's the deal. If you have a little bit of cash, be patient. If you have a lot of cash, don't be patient. And that is your answer. Qubits on the high. Weren't they running yesterday? Now they're up by 4.8. XYZ, Square. Yeah, we're not even back up. Dude, this today has been very tight. I mean, we're talking 20 points, but you didn't even go to 5650. You didn't even go to 5700. But yeah, 5700, 5713. XYZ, decent candle right there. Oh, you little scammers. You thought you were going to get all 7 hours of the wire? Oh, look at that. You should have liked the video 2 years ago. Not now, because it doesn't change anything. It was you should have done it earlier. Should have done it earlier. Mm-hmm. John Williams and Barkin. I think they already spoke, though. So you don't have any more Fed speakers, and then that's it. Bibsy. The Apple going to India is a recent event. I mean, you don't think it's weird that India got into a global conflict right after that? But that's another topic. But the whole point is that it is big. If they execute it and the numbers actually reflect in their benefit, moving to India is one of the biggest things. I mean, that's the kind of the whole idea of this, Donald Trump action. That's what he wants. So them moving is in line, and if they get a benefit, tax deductions, no tariffs, that should be maybe one of the reasons why they're still at $200. Yeah, TTD's killing it, bro, but pizza. I just wanted to see it hit 40. But then again, healthcare and NVO came back up here. Watch biotechs, even autos, and then we haven't heard yet anything on the China stuff. And then China had a couple of weird moves. Even China's selling off again, bro. Lyft doing great. Ford and GM now. So speak of the devil, literally. Ford is moving like something's happening. Plays are already up like 50%. The ones with time. There's TTD. Dude, Tesla is still? The unemployment data wasn't bad, but it is it was just the jobless claims. And then the non-farms last week wasn't bad at all. Again, next week we're going to get CPI, but until there's like a dramatic shift in the levels of the data and they're not, they're all in the same range, I don't think the jobs market has moved enough. Damn, Hertz. Yeah. I was just telling you that was like 2 Fridays ago. Just popped up 4% or something. What the fuck? Yeah. That's bottom right. More Bitcoin names and Bitcoin miners on the high too. All right, TTD, Estee Lauder now. So weird, man. Because, like, the China-related plays, like, American-based are doing good. And then the Chinese ADRs are selling now. But then, again, they're still green. So, yeah, we're still kind of just chilling. Chinese Commerce Minister Wang met Russian Economic Minister. All right, you got a big red. Again, China led the way down. So here's your first little red candle out of the day. Wang decision on trade talks based on full assessment. I'm getting comments from China meeting with Russia. Swiss president, good news that U.S. and China holding talks. I think that was from the morning. And then you got Wang Yi right now. I don't know if that was the biggest candle or except for that one, but and then China's the only creepy thing. Literally, you had K-Web dumping in advance of all of this. Okay, Hertz is still going crazy. And then Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. And you do have one China comment, but no other further development from there. The Argentinian embassy in Venezuela, no. Okay, SPY moving around. Now you got materials, TMC. And a little higher in Tesla. Swiss president, today the American side clearly committed to accelerate the process on tariff talks. So Swiss president is making more comments now. There was some in the morning, and that's why I said it was old, but I think these are some new ones now. But they're saying we're clearly committed to accelerate process on tariff talks. Positive comments towards America. All right, not bad. What's the date today? Yeah, the 9th. And then Tesla's just rocketing TSM. Remember, they had the news yesterday, too. Or this morning. The 40%. But they already faded that. And then Tesla, bro, 7.5. Let me see what is up with Tesla. Because, yeah, I don't think there is news. I just think it's doing one of these Friday crazy moves. But SPY's going up. You got positive comments out of Switzerland. Not like a trade development, just a positive comment. Yeah, there's nothing on Tesla. They reiterated robo-taxi. I don't know if that's it, man. Because I feel like we've heard that a lot, but 7%, I think it's just doing a dumb Friday move. Because it has done this 3 Fridays in a row. Rubric on the high. RBRK popping up 3.8. and then qubits, and then this SPY. I feel like everything wants to go. All right, we've been here for 39 minutes. Let me get you guys to check up. All righty. Watch Ford and GM still. They're still moving. All right. Dow Jones, 19 in the green, 11 in the red. NASDAQ 100, 66 in the green, 35 in the red. And then you have S&P, 324 green, 173 red. So it's a little worse than yesterday, but everything is technically to the upside or more upside momentum. Yeah, Rumble's up 22. That one's still going. In-depth exchange. Yeah, we got that one. That's Mr. Wangy. I don't think RTX news. There were some talks yesterday, but no, I don't know anything as of late. 4GM. Is that Enphase? They were running. You want me to look at Peanut, the Solana coin, or is it a stock? Do you have a long-term, brother? Because your only message is about, if that is a Solana meme coin, my brother, you better have a long-term. Kathy was saying price targets for 2,600. Yeah, I'm banning him. I think he's a bot. That's it. Baba New Low. That was the weird one. Bro, NetEase, JD, K-Web. Yeah, bro, there's going to be I think there's going to be a bad China rumor coming out. Because why? Or this is all just a fat pump fake. But you guys realize while we've done nothing, all these other names have moved. China's just sold off 1%. Yeah, the 80%, because the 80% acknowledges that they want to like aggressively lower it, but then it's like 20% higher. But then Trump saying one thing, and we still don't know Besant. But yeah, the market took it pretty well. But I also think, just like yesterday, right when we get one piece of info and confirm it, we're already looking to the next thing, and I think that would even apply too. Okay, SPY still holding a couple of other names. Like I said, you got about 60-70% of the index green. Yeah, Rumble's up 22. And then Mag 7 has not really moved. Healthcare is doing decent. Everything considering all the news. And then China. That is the one that is oddly down. I think the bank shutting down in China thing is fake. I think it's an old video. President of Swiss trade talks with the Chinese address bilateral objective is to advance quickly, pause on tariffs not to be lifted during negotiations. Why the hell does the Swiss president know this? So we're getting comments from Swiss President Suter. And you guys know they have more than one president. That's how it is. I'm not showing when you search stock market live. Well, that's what somebody told me the other day. Even though we had like 13,000 people for Powell, I had a couple people tell me they couldn't even see me if they searched, like directly searched it. So yeah, go write a letter to your YouTube. Because again, that's all. I mean, if you guys don't want the info, I'm just going to go private and make a lot of money. So I like YouTube, but yeah. You guys, it's on you guys. That's it. You guys got to tell YouTube. I got a new mic. I'm ready to go, so I'm I'm doing my thing. You got to let YouTube know, bro. Otherwise, unfortunately, it ends up in your hands. Any tips on speeding up escrow? I mean, it's up to you. But why do you want to speed it up? Usually you speed it up from the start. but the Swiss guy's talking about it now. Like he's saying what they're focused on, and then no negotiations, and then this is that. They're meeting in Swiss? Where the fuck have you been the last 3 days? You've been here. The fuck? Yeah, that was the whole thing. That was like the whole giant rumor, was them going to Switzerland to meet. Again, I think you got a little negative reaction on them saying no pause during negotiations. Because if you guys don't remember, 2018, I believe one of them, I think we did give a pause during one of the phase 1 or phase 2 commitments, if you guys recall. You don't like the mic? Well, you're the first one, so appreciate the feedback. We think we got to adjust a couple things, but I'm still like close to the mic. That's my problem. Well, yeah. Sock. And then bonds going up now as the market's coming down. So earlier you saw it. Your dad, a high school teacher of 30, texted me for your stream to give to a student. Oh, slick. Who told him to get the law term. Amen. No. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man, it's in your hands. And I said it yesterday, bro. I'm telling you. I genuinely believe in like 10, 20 years, the long-term philosophy is going to be like the Book of Eli. That's it. A lot of watch. You guys have already seen it. It's hard. And it's very hard to, do you know how many people learned it, took it, and then they changed their mind or idea as they learned other things? And I'm telling you, bro, 10, 20, 30 years from now, I really think the art of just buy and hold will be lost. So I hope you guys stick with it, and you are the bearers now. So I'll pass it down, but it'll either continue or stop with you. It's kind of crazy, but I'm telling you, and that's going to be a big opportunity. And I really hope you guys get a long term, and I hope you stick with it, and you're going to go through a lot of things. But other than that, man, it's going to be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Steak and Shake. They said Tesla, and then they said they're going to accept Bitcoin. Okay, Enphase is going up. TTD chilled. LSEA. What's this? Land Sea Homes. This is a gigantic pop. Very illiquid. And then TLT's on the high. So literally, you had this whole no pause during negotiations. You're hearing from the Swiss guy. And then bonds are going straight up, and now you have a new high before hitting a new low. No, Wendy is not too big of a fan of that right now. We've had a couple discussions. Okay, going lower. Bonds have already led the way. See if anything, currency, oil, but it's probably going to be one of these, something out of Swiss right now. But I think people are going to just get the reality. Remember, we talked about it last night. Like, what do you think is going to happen by Monday? So you guys should really answer this question. What do you think do you think you're going to have an answer on Monday? And then what kind of answer? Is it going to be a framework, a deal of a deal, a lower potential number? Like, so think about it. As we're sitting here, we're going to start getting more info, and then even into the weekend, right? So, yeah, it's going to be just, you got to really think. There's so many on-ramps and off-ramps for this. And hearing it, and as everybody gets it and looks ahead, that's what it's going to be weird. So But like I'm saying, I think that's why too, even Trump this morning, he kind of tempered expectations. Everybody's talking 60, 60, 60. Now he said 80. But then again, they're not going to come home with a trade deal. But what are they going to come home with? That's what you got to be asking. And then is it going to disappoint or kind of support the market narrative or not? Yeah, see what you're saying. Maybe partial. Well, what if it's not even a partial deal? What if it's just like a framework, an agreement, a handshake, or, maybe we'll be nice to each other. Or it'll be really good if they just paused it. See, because right now the Swiss guy just said no pause, right? What if Donald comes out on Sunday and says, we're pausing it while we negotiate. They were nice. So we'll pause it and then it'll do its thing. So, but yeah, now you're getting a big red on this idea of no pause and then hearing, again, a little bit. But that's the only thing I've gotten so far. The rumor the last 2 days was 60. Remember, you had that New York Post article yesterday and everyone talking about it. This morning, Trump Truth Social said that 80 would be a good number. Did the gap fill on the SPY? I mean, this is still just yesterday's zone. So again, yesterday got a little worse too. I mean, you had almost 100 points of range. So, I mean, be ready for that. But these little trade headlines we get are going to be interesting. You're going to get market getting little breadcrumbs and then overreacting and underreacting. But like we said, just take everything into the weekend and think about that question and how that would formulate. Or you do nothing and wait. A pause would be the whole buy stock thing he was saying. That's what I'm saying. That I remember in 2018 they said they based it on phases, and then depending on the phase and what was met, they did have pauses. So that would be very bullish, but he has to do it. No one said it yet. I don't know. I haven't heard a rumor. All we heard now is the Swiss guy saying, no, it's not going to happen. Swiss president, the strength of the Swiss franc is a recurring topic. Switzerland keeps explaining the mandate of the SMB and price stability. There's interest from the U.S. side to find a solution with their most important trading partner. Yeah, NVIDIA's dying now too. Okay, you're dumping now, bro. This is, telling you, it was China first, but now you're getting like individual big mega caps going down too. So picking up a little, bonds led the way already. It sucks because it's really not that big. It's 20 points, bro. We've done that in fucking 10 seconds. So just ominously, China, now NVIDIA leading the way down, and then bonds. But in the grand scope of it, it's all small. But Dow is going red now. SPY is barely green. And then same thing with the NASDAQ and Russell. They're matched up. Russell was the leader early on. Chances the meeting gets canceled is very high. I don't think so. Because we're getting updates right now on them meeting. So I don't think that's a worry. Maybe there's a higher chance that nothing happens, or maybe they get in a fight. But as of now, everything is smooth in that sense that you're according to plan for now. That's why we're hearing some things. Okay, even equal weight is about to go even equal weight. This is everything. Like we said, we had like 60%. a little bit more in green in the morning, and now, whoop, Keller Sutter, Switzerland expects to be treated equally in a group of countries that are now treated swiftly. All right. I would just watch, again, like we said, K-Web, Boeing, and now if the Mag 7 related to it starts moving, I mean, that'll tell you a lot. Bibsy is a great Habibi. Okay, more bonds. So again, now you're into the low. Bonds are already leading the way. Bonds keep catching candles here as the SPY's near the lows. Only comments so far have been from Swiss president. The Swiss president is just kind of explaining what he expects, what he's heard so far. No pauses, and then now he's kind of advocating for Switzerland is what it sounds like. Everything's holding, but just not moving. And then sadly, I mean, a lot of premiums got crushed. So, like, even if the stock is green from yesterday, this, like, look how slow you're moving now after yesterday's big move. So we need something there if you want juice. Otherwise, until there's a headline, Trump admin to revive National Space Council, Politico. Bitcoin dump now. Again, just watch even to some of the mega caps. If they start, again, Meta's red, Apple, Nvidia started dumping, and then you have bonds, and now SPY going lower. You are about to fill the gap. Dow has gone red. Yeah, you're 3 points away, and then where do we go? You have like another, it'll go like 10 points at a time, but 5635, 5637. That'll be like your real low end. You break that, it'll get a little bit more ugly. It sucks because this is all nothing. So, like, again, 2 points, 3 points from the high of the day, but, you know, the scoreboard's not even showing anything more than a quarter or a half. Okay, now you've filled the gap going lower. So, again, watch for, like, 55 or 53. Bonds already led the way, so there's a little bit of catch-up between there. Oh, where's Ted? Look at NVIDIA now. Again, K-Web. See. Oh, is it? No, we got another hour till you're all close. Yeah, it's their power hour. I think everywhere is actually doing good. Yeah, most of Europe did good except the FTSE. Asia did very well. So, yeah, this is just us now taking the baton. Okay, you're going. I think it's China, you guys. Look. So, you guys don't remember this? In the morning, like literally 30 minutes ago, we were up and I was telling you, I was like, look, China's just dumping. K-Web just started selling off. Then we were down, but then NVIDIA is now the next one. There's some development that's brewing there. Okay, now the Qs are on the high. VIX is still red. Again, I think that's what makes sense with the premiums. That's why I'm telling you. Even if there's something green, it's down. But, I mean, literally, the VIX is red. Gold going up. That was going down in the morning. Yeah, gold is actually back up. But it actually was down, but green. Okay, bigger candles now on the SPY. That one's still dropping. Okay, you already hit the 55, so now I think 43 or 47, and then 35, 37, or 33. Okay, gold up, bonds up, and then now NVIDIA getting clapped. Now, this is something early development with China, I think. Or we're going to hear something about this China stuff. We just don't know. Or it'll be the reverse, but for now, we saw it in advance, but it was just gradual. Now it's starting to... The ball is rolling down the hill. Yeah, the euro is going crazy and the pound. But then did the dollar move? Because gold is moving. Yeah, dollar's just getting weaker. Yeah, so currency, something's going to happen. I don't know when or over the weekend, but now it could all just be hype. But all the volatility in currencies is running now. So now currencies, equities are small, but like in bonds, currencies, they're all getting jumpy now. They're waiting for something. Well, this is fun. It's only 7:30, bro. So we've only been here for like an hour. But now, like I'm saying, they're getting early moves in China. We're getting early word out of Switzerland now. And really, again, Switzerland was giving updates, but I think they were also advocating their position. But now, too, like I'm saying, you're watching these little moves, and it's not too big yet. But it does seem like we are getting something for China. Scott, I don't know when Scott's going to be speaking. If or when. That's why these Chinese comments or the Switzerland comments kind of came out of nowhere. But I think that's the only thing we've heard. And then you're watching that advancement. But again, the rest of the world did good. China, Asia, most markets ended up green today. So they were vibing with us. Okay, you're moving up. Starts at 10:30. I heard something at 10:30, but I don't know if anything was like locked down though. Oh, we have a press briefing soon. Tesla. Oh, where's the airlines and oil too? Oh yeah, dude. What the fuck? Even the airlines clobbered. But then oil's down, but up. Yeah, today, I don't know. Today could even be a weird reset. But you have everything. Currencies pulling apart. And now the oil, travel, China dynamic. That's one to keep in mind. But yeah, man, I think we're going to end up looking completely different, too, by the end of this. No, because we've seen this before. You'll just get, like, you have a lot of things moving, but we don't know where they're settling. And it just I think it's some of the uncertainty surrounding all the possible outcomes of this meeting. There wasn't really news, but we heard from the Swiss president kind of hinting at what's to come from the deal with China and America, but that's about it. And then we did notice China and other assets and currencies starting to move ahead, but no real concrete development. How would Mr. Swiss know? Because they're meeting in Switzerland. Apparently, some of you guys didn't know that, but yeah, that was kind of the hype news this week, that they were going to go to Switzerland to meet. So that's why he knows. Yum on the low. Food. Oh, did you hear that with the mic? That was my neck. Felt good. Made a bag, giving it back. Well, thank you. Thank you. That was interesting. Amen. You heard it? That was good, right? All right. Be patient. It sucks, though. The premium's destroyed. I'm kind of mad about that. Because I got plays that are up and they're down. And then my fucking random ass Boeings are holding up. But then the ones that advanced, even if you bought them at the low of yesterday, they still got clapped. Or they're just break even. It's stupid. So yeah, the slowness kind of just whoop. Google falling. McDonald's on the high. That's a random one. So again, pay attention if anything does catch a bid. Now you got General Mills and Staples. Yeah, Google's now. Google, Meta, and Nvidia are red. Apple's about to go red, and then Microsoft. I think Microsoft just did it. You'll only have Tesla, and then Netflix is red too. Yeah, all Mag 7, but it's not that bad. So let me double check. It's all very tiny. But now that Mag 7 effect's going to be large. So Dow Jones now 13 green, 17 red. That flipped. NASDAQ 34 green, 67 red. That flipped. And then S&P 214 green, 289. They all flipped. That's why it's red now. Still 50-50. Again, McDonald's still with these candles, damn it. Could be 80%, but I doubt it. Because that's the funny part. Like, you guys don't realize Trump said the 80% thing in the morning, but the reaction was so minimal. And then now it's here. So technically the level of him saying that is right here. But then now you also had Swiss comments also around here too. And then not to mention other things moving that are quite inexplicable. Like the currencies and oil and airlines and gold. So I think just a lot of tension and expectations right now, but then not real anything concrete. So get ready for it, because once it does happen, it's either going to confirm this to the downside or you're going to be right back up to open. But VIX is now going green. Took an extra 0.25% red on the index. But again, like I was telling you, the VIX was red. Swiss franc ripping. All the dollar and currencies are moving. Okay, bigger low now. Let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin even came down too, but it's literally all the safe havens, even the yen, or even the U.S. bonds, the long end. So you got every safe haven is up right now, literally. And then the dollar's not even that bad. So that's the interesting part. But yeah, they're all moving. And then Boeing. Well, GME and like small cap Russell plays, or when you get this weird volatility and random sell-off, people will go to those. That's very, very common. All right, still going lower, man. These candles have gotten bigger. You are now, again, 47 to 43. This is like the final one, and then the low of yesterday. And then we start playing this game again. You could go as low as like, what? It's going to do 5,600 flat, then 5,592 to like 5,570. And then if it really gets bad today, we're going to be down another 100 points. 55,555. That'll be this like gap fill in between the last couple of weeks. If really bad, you go here, but I don't know. But then again, remember what I told you guys is, again, on Monday, Sunday night, 58.45 is the high end. Breaking below like 5,400, 53.87, that's like the low end. So if nothing gets out of there, I mean, sadly, you are still in Chop City. I mean, I wouldn't call it news, but there's headlines circulating. Comments about the deal in China, America, Switzerland, Trump comments early in the... Trump comments are two hours old now. But yeah. Okay, going down still. Like I'm saying, you're hitting these levels. You have to pay attention now. Okay, you're going down. Pepsi on the high. Bebzi. All right, staples are now going. Ironically enough, all the staples are starting to move. You already had McDonald's leading, J&J. They're all going right now. You didn't miss anything. You're just taking advantage of the uncertainty. All of the staple, I'm looking around right now. Because like I said, we noticed McDonald's and a couple of those were doing good. So I said, pay attention to what's holding up, and now they're all going. I really think this is large uncertainty. That's it. Request to change the title of the video? I don't think so. We're going to come back to your comment, Matt. We're going to come back to your comment. But this is what I'm saying. It's very uncertain. And I think everyone's trying to put a reason on it, but just think about what we are entering. And this is exactly what happened last week. Thursday, Friday, China rumor, get a little bit, then you don't, then you get a little, then you don't. But like I'm saying, I think that everybody wants a lot right now. Everyone's waiting in line to get in, and what they think is inside, it could be very disappointing or very, very much better. But I think that's what's kind of giving you this. And as you're waiting, people are just getting antsy. Like, if anything, the ranges are being widened, and now there's going to be cushion on both sides no matter what happens. Keep that in mind. I think at the what level was that? The 42? Yeah, 43. So it's good, but it might retest it. You'll go below, but there's only a couple more levels here. Yeah, that's a good point. Both sides can't agree. Even if they do agree, you're still going to have the conversation and how people respond to it. And don't forget, this is what we saw yesterday. What happens? You give the market what it wants. In this case, it'll be a China trade meeting, whatever, right? And then what's it going to do? Then it's going to look ahead to the next thing right away. So right when you're solving the first thing you're waiting for, the next thing is going to start. Are you all aware of that? So think about that. Once we find out on Monday, Tuesday, whatever happens, you're going to already be on to the next catalyst. I could almost guarantee it. That is what we've been doing. Welcome to the stock market. Because right when we're like, okay, China, the Swiss economy minister, possible that U.S. and China agreed to a mutual suspension of custom duties during the talks. So now you got a good one from China or from Switzerland. So now they're saying possible U.S. and China agree to a mutual suspension of trade duties, not tariffs, trade duties. Yeah, so right now, comments from Swiss officials, that's causing the most confusion right now. Because they were the first ones to talk about what could be in there, and then it sounded bad. Now he's saying something good. It's a different guy, though. Do you get what I'm saying? But the Swiss people commenting on the meeting that's happening in their country, that has added more headlines and confusions than that. It's weird though. Nothing responded to that how it should. Yo, AR. What is this? Antero? I feel like that could be a buyout or something. Okay, Bobo. FSLR up 4. AR and Terra. I feel like I've seen something on that. W buy. That was the one from earlier. A meeting in Swiss, multiple leaders making announcements. Sounds like a sideways day. Well, listen, be ready for anything, you guys. That's all. The only mistake I've seen people do is we've been here for an hour and all of you are calling it. You don't think that's weird? Yeah, so be nimble. Don't put yourself in a box. And yeah, just get ready for red light, green light. But remember, like I said, don't overthink it. You're playing for Monday. That's it. All that matters, what do we get into to Monday? The weekend and as a result. But even then, it's still mad early. So I think it's anybody's game right now, but there's a lot of pressure on this. And now even this morning, I'm seeing I could justify almost anything. I see one currency here, one there. So you could see a lot. You could see anything you want to see today. SC on the low. SC, decent flush. Yo, $1. I don't know if that was already earnings or not. SC on the low. Yeah, SC, that thing's moving big. Core weave, stop pumping it, Bruce, or I'm going to ban you. Do you understand? I hope you understand. So again, no plays, but I know what you guys are pumping. So please stop being too much of a pumper. SC is, isn't it chips? C limited. All right, man, we chilling. Ban you, I need to be punished. What's wrong with you, bro? You're the same guy 2 weeks. You're like, Josh hates me. Josh hates me. Oh, Josh, you hate me. Oh, you don't. And Josh, were you talking about me, Josh? Oh, you hate me, Josh. Oh, Josh, look at what you're saying in the chat, bro. I don't hate you. You're asking me to ban you. So I'm banning you, and I don't ever want to see that name again. Okay? So you're gone. No, that's it. Because I don't like that. Like, why are you playing hot and cold with me? I'm not laughing. You're banned now. That's it. No more Asher. I don't hate you, but that behavior is a waste of time. Yeah, it's not okay for everybody else. It's early. It's early, bro. It's early. China launches side tech board in bond market. Xinhua? I don't know what that means. The people fainting? No, I don't know what that is. What is that? Something in the bond market? Side tech board? I don't know what that is, to be honest. Something with China and bonds and a new announcement. It's separate. It's a Chinese announcement. All right, well, see where this leads. I mean, I think it's all about the weekend. I think right now, you got to just make sure you don't get burned. If you didn't already get burned. I got burned on any play that wasn't tied to China. They all just got washed. So you got to watch out for that, and then don't get suckered into anything bad, and then let's wait if there's an easy headline, but you should very well be trying to game out how you think next week and a result of all of this is going to play. And then don't forget, too, you could just chill. Like I said, don't get burned, and then get a long term. That is all you need. Oh, Cassius, welcome. Welcome and thank you, my friend. I know the best move today is listen, wait, be nimble, and then look at your long term too. That'll help you. Usually, if you just stare at your long term, you'll be good. Here, bro, the long term's green today. Wow, amazing. Oil going up now. That's why I was looking for oil to be higher because of China coming down. So you guys got to realize a bad China deal, or again, a good China deal would actually start moving oil. But depending on how good or bad. But yeah, oil is moving up. Well, it's not even volatility. I've been saying this, you guys. This is how you're going to get it. If there's panic, we're going to make money. If there's no panic, you're not going to make money. That's it. You haven't realized it yet? We need volatility. You give us volatility and panic and motherfuckers don't know what's going on, we are hitting. And then right when it stops and there's no panic, that's it. They rake in the chips and take on all the premium. That's it. You guys don't got to overthink it. That's why the plays stop working. They work when there's real volatility. You're going to be the first in the world. You get what I'm saying? Like you have a better idea. You're not getting in the FOMO. You're going to be fine, but you need panic. The market has to be willing to move things around and, oh my gosh, what's this? Oh my gosh, sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it. But then once there's calm and it levels out and the market's like getting a better idea of what's happening, all the premiums are going to die. And no, you're not going to get any, these little news trades aren't going to hit. It's very simple. So you just have to have the discipline to be like, okay, well, there's no panic. I can't do anything. That's it. And then don't get burned. And then when there is panic, those are the ones. Again, any rumors, right when it goes crazy, right when we have a big development, all the premiums really start moving. If not, though, I hope you go to the gym or something, or I hope I'm funny enough to where you could sit here, but you gotta figure that out. If that is where your bread maker is, that's where I get my bread. I make money on the panic. I make money on the volatility very well, very effectively, very high profits, very consistently. When there's no panic or volatility, it's a fucking, now we're talking 20% hit rate or less. right? It's just a completely different game. So that's where the strategy and where you're going to get a lot more money is by waiting for this. So, and if you can't wait for it, you have to have a strategy that'll pay you when it's not like this. But you do got to figure that out. You see what I'm saying? That is all you got to figure out. And that could help you deal with the frustration and losing money once it slows down if you've been making money on panic. So you got to figure that out and determine it. And that's why, too, the long term could help you, because when it's not panicky, you fucking long term and chill and do that. And then when it does get panicky, you come in and get your bag and go home. Ta-da. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I did leg day before that. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys this story. I went to go help my dad out, right? Macron wants to organize joint military exercises in Poland. Buy low, sell high. No, just buy. Chad, and get a house. Dude, I had a revelation last night. I don't think you guys, I don't even care if it's philo right now. I'm going to fucking tell you. Yeah, screw it if you don't want to listen to it. This is real, bro. I'm telling you. The long term is going to become a lost art. You guys have no idea. I swear to you. You guys better stick to it. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Those of you who don't, I wish you the best. But I'm telling you, bro, those of you who do, I think in the real long term, 10, 20, 30 years, I genuinely believe we have an opportunity to capture market share, a percentage of this market. And there's going to be, I'm telling you, it has been abandoned. And then as the greats die and pass away, and as the younger guys are taking on roles in AI, oh, dude, I'm telling you, the long term will become a lost art. So I hope you stick with it and learn how to buy good and hold and buy and just always buy and hold valuable assets, bro. All right? I really hope y'all feel it. Well, because, dude, I'm telling you, even then, you could tell your kids now, but your kids will learn something different. And they're going to, and just like, bro, what do you think happened? I could tell you by the millions of people that I taught this to. And they got it, they understood it, then they did it. And then a couple months or years into it, they're like, you know what? I'm going to try the gobstoppers. And they're like, nah, well, yeah, Josh is a little outdated. Nah, we're going to rebalance. We're going to do it like this. How many times has a good idea been perverted by new modernism? Oh, y'all don't want to hear this. Oh, yeah. So that's what do you think's happened? How many people, what do you think ends up happening? And they're like, okay, I'll copy that and I'll copy the good. And then they try to add a twist. That's why I'm telling you, everything I share with you is not original. I've always said that. I don't claim my ideas are original. You know, I may have some original ideas, but when it comes to this long term and what I am doing in my strategy that I share with you, it is nothing new under the sun, brother. That's why every time people learn it and they're like, oh, and then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do it. No, that's old. It's, well, yeah, but this time's different. Or what happens? You underperform, or you watch, you're like, what the fuck? I didn't sell. Now I went back down. Or you're like, I was going slow. I could have made this. And then you break the rules on the next one. It's crazy, bro. So I'm just telling you guys now, the long term is going to be like the Book of Eli. The long term will be a lost art in 20 years, 30 years. But it's not, it's always going to work. I'm telling you right now, it's never going to stop working. It's like water. It's like oxygen. I hope you guys get it. But yeah, So good luck, but make up your mind. And I really am excited, and I look forward to who I see at the finish line. I might not even be there. If I end up changing it, then I won't be there either. You know, if I ever succumb to pressure or to the modern world or whatever and change it, then yeah. But yeah, bro, it's crazy. So good luck. Get a long term. Him's doing its little rocket of the day. Yours won't be huge. I think it will be. That's what I'm telling you. Because I think there's going to be an opportunity where people who do not understand the value of what they have will gladly hand it over to us for nothing. I'm being dead serious. I never thought it'd be that real, but yeah. I don't know when, but eventually I see that happening. That you're going to have people who own and right now are in possession of very high quality stuff that is valuable. But I do think something in the future will convince those people to hand over those high quality assets for nothing. So yeah, that's so you think it's small now because you're still in the stage where people aren't letting go, and everybody, you know, again, I think some of the prevalent ideas are still apparent, you know, and you can see it in values and stuff. But I do think down the line, there will be, I think people will hand them over for cheap, for nothing. They won't understand because they didn't value it. I mean, simply, if you don't value it today, why will you value it in 20 years? Oh, come on. If you can't handle a little, why would you handle a lot? I'm just saying, bro. A supply shock. Yes, we've heard that many times. That's the embargo I've been telling you about. MO and NVO on the low. Is oil or gold going? It's amazing. Yeah, the stock market is a device to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. That is Benjamin Graham or Buffett. People don't have long terms because they don't have other revenue streams. We glorify the idea. I understand that, and that's why and I don't know who's listening right now, but I hope you realize that's why I'm here. Do you understand? I'm here for exactly what you just said. It's because people have a false idea that they don't have enough to get into stocks. That's what do you, bro, I'm a little Egyptian boy. Y'all think I'm just playing when I say that. What do you think we grew up as? You know, like, dude, it wasn't supposed to I never thought I would have enough money ever in my life. Do you get that? Everybody, like, if you did not come up, my parents never owned stocks, bro. You guys realize that? My parents never owned a stock, ever. That whatever 401k, and they still don't even understand that. So anybody, that's why the 10% is so important. Any revenue, anybody, even if you're like, man, it's hard, rent, and this, I get it. But you need to start learning how to save 10%, and that will be your first revenue source that will allow, and you'll start to learn the concepts of saving, how to grow it, how to survive, and then how to turn it into something. So I'm telling you, bro, it's that, but that's why I'm saying the less you hear about this, the more people get caught up to the other ideas and believe in the quick cash and not focusing on their future even while they're young. That's what leads to this becoming a lost art. And then the people who were successful off of it, there's less and less, or they're dying, or they're stepping down. And then the prevalent culture of everyone else is different. So I don't know what your situation is, but I encourage all of you, save 10% and start finding a way to build that with just your savings. And you would be surprised. You will surprise yourself. It is a phenomena. You will find a way to survive and still have that money. Ask anybody who's ever tried it. So yeah, bro, it's crazy. Long term. Okay, and we're back at VWAP. Again, you just had back and forth comments out of Swiss. Mostly bad and then one decent one, but I think we're also just moving off of the antsiness, bro. Tensions are high. Potential events are swirling. Because people think you're crazy. Well, yeah, that's what happens. You know, people, and then they see the other stuff, and they're like, why don't you could have bought Bitcoin. And then by the time they see what happens in 10 years, it's too late. But yes, you will see, bro. I'm blown away. I blew my own mind, bro. Because it's why I'm watching, even on the fundamentals, you're just watching a shift in the ownership of the stock market right now. It's crazy. Even the beliefs, the ideas, consensus. Like right now, do you guys realize? Like even hedge funds are under position. People already gave away certain things. But there's a lot more to go. But it's just like there is already early signs where you are watching a shift in the ownership. And some of you are here right now. I'm telling you. It's what I was telling you guys in the beginning of the year, bro. Unfortunately, there is a huge gap between a real Chad and a fake Chad. And I'm sorry to call any of you fake. I don't think you're a fake person. I hope you get it. But I'm just telling you, there has been, in these years, some people have told me, Josh, thank you. You changed my life. Wow, Josh, everything you're saying is amazing. Wow, Josh, you did this. Wow, Josh, I'm a part of this community. I show up every day. I listen to you every day. And they said all those things, but they walked away with it. Literally, they're long-term, that the houses, again, like I'm telling you, people by the hundreds or thousands of people I knew and I met on the internet making 30 grand a year, bro. They now have 30 grand in a stock account. And then they're like, oh, well, now my income's higher and I do this, I have a house, but it's wicked. Because I'm like, no way. There's this many. And that's why I'm like, if you've really stuck to it and remained faithful, you're already a owner. You're already surpassing your peers, even if you had low income. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling. Because I'm like, holy shit, there's actually people, again, hundreds and thousands, that have walked away, and now you go look at the people who say the same thing, or again, people here, you go gift them a membership. They'll have a 5-year badge. They weren't here for 5 years. They know Josh. They tuned in when there was volatility or not. You know what I'm saying? But, oh yeah, they weren't really saving. They weren't really buying. They were only using me for an options trade. And God bless them. Sometimes it worked. Sometimes it didn't. But what ended up, again, the gap. And now if you were like half-ass, maybe you saved, maybe you didn't. You did it for a little bit, gave up. Or you're like, this is stupid. This is silly. 10 years. It's not going to work. I should just buy Bitcoin. Yeah. 4 or 5 years later, those guys are like, okay, how do I start again? How do I do $500, 2,000? It's crazy. The gap it's sad. And I said this already. I told you guys this in the beginning of the year. That's why I said, come on, guys. It's both heartwarming and heartbreaking. Because I'm watching people that came to me 5 years ago, said they wanted to be a man. They wanted to be a man of means. They wanted to be an ownership, and now they have it. That's great, bro. I'm so happy for them. I love it. I want them to do better now. That's why I'm here to push y'all. We're going to get you a crib now. Wait till you see what's next. You can't even imagine it. But then vice versa. Like I was saying, it's heartbreaking because then it's like, dude, they're same people. I've known that name for 4 years, 5 years. But no, and again, they make more money than some of the people right now who are shopping for houses. They literally make more money. No long term. No this. It was all about trades. They started it like, I'm going to do this different. And then it's heartbreaking. But I'm telling you, this is going to keep happening, and it's going to happen at a wider scale. So you guys get your savings right now, please. Save your 10% and get a long term, please. Okay? But that has been how this year has played out, and I guess just more of the revelation. But even outside of this community, I'm telling you, there is evidence of this on Wall Street right now of a shift in ownership and who's walking away, a owner, and walking away with gains and in the lead, and who is not, and different and under positioning. It's wild. It is. It's literally tortoise and the hare shit. I'm telling you, you guys would be shocked by the amount of people that make 30 to 40 grand a year and have 30 to 40 grand in their portfolio. And then compare that to a homeboy making 150 grand a year, no long term, no spending discipline, no savings, did it for a little bit, then didn't. And then it's crazy. You literally have people making 5 times as much with zero stock exposure. And then there's guys working the most humble jobs, and God bless y'all because you did it. And that's what I said I'm here for, baby. And you did it. And now you guys have you have more stock market exposure than a guy making 4 or 5 times as much money as you. You now are closer, if you are 20 to 35, 30 years old, and your peers got a better job out of college, it doesn't matter, even if you don't have a degree, but you have that 30, 40K from your little $200, $300 savings, bro. Do you realize you are in the 1% of your peers? You don't get it. You could be working at McDonald's and be in the 1% right now if you did this over the last 4 or 5 years. Take your cohort, 20 to 30, 35 years old. Now obviously your debt will factor into that, but that's what I'm saying. So listen, I've been talking about this for a while now, and I don't care who's listening and who's here right now, because I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the reality and what's happened and what I've seen and even the data. But I've also said this many times this year. It's not too late, you guys. And that's what I'm trying to really tell you. So I don't care if you even think you fell behind or not. Just know, if you're hearing this right now, I don't think you ran out of time. Because you have heard it. And you've seen people come to me at the wrong time, and I've told them that. Yes? You go, ask me to buy pizza right now. Wrong time, bro. You ran out of time. You should have done it 2 weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? There are certain things, you will run out of time one day. But this whole savings long term, bro, in this moment, I'm just telling you right now, I would stop fading it. And down the line, I think there's going to be even more of a gap between who is an owner and who's not. And you still have a shot, so let's go. 10% off top and save and hold for minimum of 10 years. Some people cannot hear those words. I understand, bro. That's the funniest part is I swear most of you, unless you guys were born really rich, I feel like I've gone through most of what most people have encountered. At least in the stock world. I used to ignore everything. Motherfuckers tell me this shit. Oh, okay, yeah. I want the 3-4 steps and I'll ignore the 1 step. Now I've done it, bro. And I get it. That's why it's you might be hearing all this and it's just not, you're only seeing the money still. And I've been there, bro. But it is it's just something that you have to, it has to connect. It's going to land one day, but it is on you. But the reality of what ends up happening, and like I just explained, you had people that were ahead. And even the people making $100,000, they felt like they were behind. And they felt that they were already late. And that got them to squander their opportunity. Because they had a lot, they didn't value it. And they said, I don't need it. I'm going to do this in the long term. Okay, he's the fucking rich guy's doing 200. I'm going to do 2,000. What? Where did you guys get that idea? But at the end of the day, whatever it was, they were ahead. But they didn't value it and realize it. And what did they do instead? They started taking riskier stuff. They didn't follow the rules. And now the people who were actually had more of a claim to, oh, I'm behind. Oh, I only make $30,000 a year, $40,000 a year. Oh, I'm behind. Those guys who did not despise it, who appreciated it and said, you know what? I'll do my little $200. It's nothing, you guys. Nothing. $200 a month. $300 a month, bro. And it turned into a house. You have a down payment and some. You have a year of salary almost off of that little amount. And that's the whole idea. But it's just like they could have been more behind, but them not acting in that manner and just going little by little, regardless of their situation, that was able to put them ahead of the people that were ahead who felt behind. So yeah, that mentality will kill you. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be one day the light bulb goes off. I hope these words help, but you do have to learn it on your own. That's why I said, that's why the philo yesterday, bro. That's the sad part about being human, because we'll know things, but sometimes we have to go through it to actually change and to actually be like, all right, ask anybody here, even some of the older guys who got the long term and who are all about it now. They had their experience of missing it. You know what I'm saying? They had the pain too. Everybody does. I just hope I hope the wisest of you can hear it and learn it now off of others, so you could propel, so you could get a better shot than any of us did. And you're going to do that if you could listen and learn it and get it without having to go through the loss to understand it. That's really it. So if you could do that, you'll be fine. But then again, I don't hold you, because we all had to learn it through our own money and hard work and loss. So it's up to you which route you want to take. But again, just think about what I've said and what I always I'm telling you to save 10% of your money. How is that going to hurt you, bro? You get what I'm saying? Even if I'm an idiot, even if I am a weirdo, Republican, this, that, whatever you think, how is saving 10% of every dollar you touch going to hurt your life? How is it going to lower your quality of life? And you get what I'm saying? I know you're going to tell me it's hard. Try it. See if you survive, and just see if saving and having more ruins your life. If it does, then I'll apologize. I'll never say it again. But that just doesn't happen. You are probably hurting yourself more by not saving. Oh, man. ADM, food place. I like how we haven't moved during that rant. Like this was a philo. But yeah, nothing else. Fed Bostic, not prudent to adjust policy amid uncertainty. It's also not prudent to buy municipal bonds after you dictate policy and then get in trouble for it and then do it 2 more times. That's not prudent as well, Mr. Bostic. But I feel you. It's also not prudent to adjust policy amid uncertainty. So yeah. I feel. Americans not used to saving? Oh, no, dude. My brother, are you from China? You know what's going on in China. Go look every culture in the world. This American Westernism has infected everybody. Make no mistake. That's why you have the lie down flat movement in China. That's why I don't even know what the fucking Europeans, they're always angry. But I'm telling you, it's not everything I said earlier about the long term and this idea and this ideology kind of fading. Oh yeah, it's across the world, bro. It's across the world. Asians are good at saving, the older ones. I agree with you. Not the younger ones. Go any culture. The Japanese are known for saving. They're not, even then, they're going to watch the younger Japanese spend now. It's wicked. So yeah, it's I think this idea is going to permeate the entire world. So, and that's why I'm saying, those of you who have some of these, you're going to have a opportunity. And again, the gap between spenders and savers and owners and non-owners will become massive. Ban him. So, Corey, you should read the rules. He didn't say anything that violated the rules, but you did. If you call for someone's ban, you take the sacrifice. So thank you for your $5. 5 more if you would like to try this again. But use a different name, because I'll take the $5 and ban you again. If I know it's the same person. Be reborn. Be new behaviors, new beginnings. It's a beautiful thing. Legal. I missed a couple of those, baby. Amen. It's heinous? Well, no, because I like the rules. And I think the rules are good, and you guys see it. Some of you may not like me, but come on, man. What stock market chat this big? I got no moderators, no nothing, and we still getting you info 5 minutes before any television. So it's beautiful, and I like it, and I think it's worth it. But that's why I'm saying, like, the banning thing is just not a game. That's why I don't want you guys to fight with each other, to go after each other. That's not it. It's just, let's keep it clean. Let's make some money. You know, and even then, like I said it the other day, the weird part about trading, that there is a time where the modern days, the social element is so weird. And I think some of you have to deal with that in a way people like me didn't have to early on. You know, like you have so much noise from a lot of people. So you do got to figure that out, man. But like, even then, like, I wish, you know what I regret? Oh, what up, Gen Z Stacker? Ooh, he saves. I love it. I'll tell you something I regret. You know what I regret? I regret ever making any of you guys moderators. You know that? Not because I don't appreciate the help, and I loved you guys, and the moderators are dope. But I feel like I put you guys in a bad position. I don't think any of you should ever moderate any sort of chat room ever in your life. It's such a waste of time, and then you get caught up in like weird politics, and then you get caught up in weird social settings rather than focusing on what got you here. You know what I'm saying? Like, your job is to get a long-term, bro, and save, and, you know, get a house for your family. It's not to fucking monitor some fucking kids or talk to people, and, you know what I'm saying? So it's there. Like, it's, unfortunately, yeah. No, I don't fuck with Troy no more. He took a job with the other shit. I don't want to talk about it, but no, I don't support him. I've given him a lot of money too. It's just you guys don't know about, which I don't appreciate. So no, but I do like Mr. Hits, and I like every other one. But at the end of the day, I don't think people should waste their time moderating. And I don't, like, you guys got to be careful of the social element, because, yeah, it does get you, it gets you weird. I don't know. It's like, do you see what I'm saying? It's cool to have a community, and our community is amazing. But you guys need to hear me. You need to become an owner. Do you understand? I don't care if a Chad likes you or doesn't like you. I listen to me. You're talking to a guy. I could survive in my room by myself. I don't need shit. Neither do you, bro. You need to start. I need you to get a long term. That's it. Long term in a crib. Do you understand? That's it. That's what I say. It doesn't matter what you're, until you do that, this is why you're here. That is all that should matter. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I regret is that I wish I was just hammering that even more. Because I think I was annoying about it, but oh yeah, you could do more. Yeah, Riley up 6. What do you mean Troy gave you good hookups? Well, listen, even if I don't like people, I don't like to throw shade on people I've actually really like. The guy, I like him to a degree, but I'll tell you, you guys haven't connected the dots. Why do you think one of the reasons you don't have a Bloomberg terminal? So, homeboy made that Twitter, got a terminal, started doing it and posting it. They thought he was me, and creates a Twitter, gets his followers and then asks you guys for the money too. But at the end of the day, no, they thought it was me, bro. He brought too much heat and all the Bloomberg shit, and then started working with other news agencies. And then again, he would ask you guys for shit, and I said, that's cool, I'll pay you. I don't want you to ask people because I want it free for my people. So I paid him. Yeah, and everybody knows I don't work with news agencies if I'm going to hook you up. Otherwise, don't take anything from me. Be free, like the guys who work for Bloomberg in here. So yeah, what do you mean? So that's it. That's why I don't like talking about it. Because you guys you like to press the drama and stuff. I don't, because I'm just like, yo, bro, I like people. I remember everything. I even like Moo. You guys, I don't want to tell you. Like, I'd rather let you guys know things and do it. But my business is here, bro. News, I have a goal and mission. You know what it's about. But I wish the best for everybody. You wouldn't mind if people work for Bloomberg? I wouldn't, no. We have people who work for Bloomberg. But you don't ask me for special shit. And don't take stuff and be a part of things in a certain way. So, again, same thing happened with Moo, no? I don't care what you guys do. You know how many people make a little Discord? I don't fucking know you. But if I put my name on it and I'm about it, and then you go in one way and another way, I'm not going. That's it. And I don't want to control anybody too. So that's why I do my own thing. You got to keep it tight. But yeah, so at the same time, I try to, you guys ask certain questions, but, generally, I'm just being nice, bro. I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I don't think they deserve it, but if y'all really going to press me, I mean, shit, that is the reality. Well, yeah, either way, blessings to everybody. But you know where I stand. Just get a long term. That's all I'm saying. All I am saying, though, back to the topic, just like this is useless drama. I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't either. But just make sure you guys get a long term, okay? That's it. That's all you need. Everybody listens to me still. That's why. And I mean this very humbly. But do you know what everybody has threatened me with for 5 years? They say, I'm going to stop listening. I'm going to unsubscribe. They're like, Josh, your user growth, you're not going to grow. I'm like, bro, I don't think you get it. I'm here for the certain people, and at the end of the day, you're right. Stop listening. Go ahead. I want that to happen. Believe me, I've given up. I only care about the ones who will want the mission. There is a story in the Bible where he takes the warriors, and there's 1,000 of them. And he says, no, take them to the lake. See how they drink their water. He said, you only need the 300. You don't need all of that. That's it. We don't need it. That's all it is. But that's where it's just like, bro, I think a lot of people have tried to like threaten things, and I think a lot of people were taking advantage. So good luck. That's all. I'm not a mad person. I got it, and I have God. So I'm very excited. And a lot of people in here do too. So amen. We all do. So, but at the end of the day, bro, it's like, hey, do what you got to do. Go where you need to go. But I have had a lot of evidence to point to the contrary. So make your decision. And if you're going to say these things aren't there, but that's why I'm saying I'm not going to allow any of that to happen anymore. You guys threatened everything. Nothing happened. My turn. That's it. That's why. No more pumpers. I see all of you. A lot of things you guys think, I don't know if I'm being nice. Even when I've been mean. That's why I know which ones of you are pumpers. I know which ones. I know where you work. I know everything. God is good, bro. I don't say that unhumbly. There's still stuff I don't know, but I could spot a shady motherfucker from a mile away. This is my life, bro. So I'm just saying, that's it. And this idea of taking advantage of people in the market and taking advantage of the caretakers and all these, why? And that's why you guys had your shot and you had so much opportunity and some of the greedy people made so much. How are you still not content? How do you still want to cause evil and still want to rob and trick people? Fuck you. So yeah, that's why I won't stand for anything. You take advantage of, like I said, I have thousands of people that went from minimum wage to down payments in their portfolio, houses, all of that. And meanwhile, in those years, you've also had people try to come in and pull those people off the path. So yeah, you guys are terrible, but get ready because now it's a different philosophy now. So I hope you're locked in. I'm excited, bro. But the long term is the answer. And if you don't get a long term, all of this is a waste of time. Imagine having to hear that whole conversation without a long term. That proves my point, like I'm telling you. So if you don't have a long term, why would you even listen to this guy rant about dumb shit right now? Like, you feel me? Because, yeah, I cannot give you anything without saving in a long term. I'm useless. So you're right, but you need a long term. You won't understand. Amen. Yo, what's up with all these memberships, baby? Oh, well, God bless you all. I think I missed a couple. Gen Z, Irie, who else? Carlos, Gene, Carlos again. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate you. See, just get a long term. That's it. That's all I want, bro. Everybody gets a long term. It's amazing. Because like I'm telling you, I could say this confidently. In truth, I could stand on it and say, look, I have thousands of people I've taken and showed them, and they did it. I didn't do shit, realistically. But I'm glad to be there. But I know they followed along and went from nothing to something. So that's why. You donos, whatever, bro. If you don't get a long term, what are we doing it for? If you don't end up in a house, you give me 10 years of all of this and we're not getting you in a house, come on. We got to do it, baby. Said I'm a liberal, maybe atheist. You're the man. Ah, man. It's either real chat or not. You know? That's it. I don't even have Republican. It's just chat or not. You're a real one or not. And many will claim the name. But, so, you know, it's sort of sound a lot like the New Testament. But, yeah, it is. That's how I view it. So, God bless. And I think what shows it is that, the long term and how you conduct and use your time and discipline and remaining faithful over years. There's certain qualities to it. I think 15K below appraisal is the right deal. I don't really care about the appraisal as much, as weird as that sounds. Comp out the house. So what is the cheapest house in the last 3 months? Jose. Let's go, baby. See, man, and then you even got the guys donating the memberships. They love it. They know it's funny if someone gets banned. That's like trolling, but even then, you guys are giving these guys a shot to even get past the paywall. So I appreciate y'all, man, for real. Y'all even trying to spread it too. That's what I'm talking about. To typical day trading, anyone you recommend? Long term, bro. What kind of question is that? You're not a Chad. Next. That's it, you guys. You'll either be for the Chad or against the Chad. Long term or not. Nothing else. It's easy, you guys. I'm not dealing. That's what I'm saying. This fake. That's it. You hang out with people I don't like you, dog. Simple as that. Don't bring that energy around me. I know I'm weird. Echo chamber. Yada yada yada. But it's the same shit. Get a long term. He asked me for a play and for a day trading course. Get a long term free. Long term's free. Pay yourself. Long term is like a 401k. I do think you guys should make another one, but above all else, you better be saving 10% off top. So that's the thing, not just what your 401k is taking out. I mean, all we're going to hear about is this Switzerland deal. That's the only thing we're waiting for. That gold again, Rio. Nothing else though, bro. And then Boeing in China, K-Web. All we're doing is waiting. There was supposed to be that 10 a.m. one, but all we heard was from the Swiss leaders. It might be a little later. Save $1,500 per month and five. That's amazing. That's a lot. Good work. You don't day trade. Well, like I said earlier, I think when panic arrives, that will be your moment to trade and get some good hits. Other than that, you get your long term and then wait. And I'm sure this year is going to provide a lot of that. We're going to get a lot of back and forth, on and off. You just got to be ready for it. But that's the hard part. The easy part is the 10%. And little by little, and then as all of this uncertainty creates opportunities, you got to do something. U.S., Europeans working to put together a proposal for 30-day Ukraine-Russia ceasefire. About quantum marking, I have not. Oh, Mr. Mosby! Well, welcome back. All right. Well, happy Friday. No? Yeah, exciting then boring. See, now we're not as frantic. That morning move, everyone's getting, it's this, it's that, it's this. And then we just stop moving. Meanwhile, everything's still pulling apart. Currencies, gold, all that. It's not, you don't really have a clear signal anywhere. And then we haven't heard anything or all that. Now you have Blast in India. You have that French thing. You have Fed Waller earlier in Bostic. No real reaction. And listen, well, let's go, baby. That's it, as long as you get a long term, though. But that's what I'm saying. If you're trading alongside here and you don't get a long term, that's wild work, though. You know, you need a long term, you guys. That's what I'm saying has happened every year for the last half a decade. Some of you are going to be like, yeah, that's great. Some of you are like, no, I'm going to trade first. And then, but just get the long term while you're trading. That's it. That's the thing. The first moment, I'm glad I knew about the long term before I knew about trading. That is what saved my life. Because when I learned about the stock market, it was stocks. It was buy and hold investing. Thank God. And then I learned about trading. But I was already owning before, just a little bit. But that's all you got to do. And if you own from the moment you start knowing about the market, you will not regret it. But usually people do regret, oh, I got into stocks and then I didn't get my long term until 5-10 years later. Yeah, I can't. I mean, we're still at the level 5, 6, 5, 9. You're actually right in between. It's a weird level. 5, 7 is it, I think. You slowly came to the realization you're not good at stocks, trading. You're good at investing and decent at meme coins. It's just timing. I think there's some times we're all really good. And there's times we're really bad. So find the moments to trade. Other than that, get a long term. It's amazing. Is the long term up? No, I'm down. $89. Fun ride though. We should see the small account. So that's the big one. We started that one months after they were like, make it bigger. Oh, but here's the OG. The first ever YouTube long term. Started with $200 a month. After year 3, we moved to $300, I think. Yeah, we're chilling. That's crazy. The big account is down the same amount as the small account today. Or a $20 difference. Yeah, every day this week has been like 30 million in volume. The composite, it's on the YouTube, but yeah, if you want to see it. And then we got pizza in the random. Is that good? I need to go in. Let's organize it by size. Yeah, this is what it's on the YouTube. But yeah, same portfolio for a while. Again, on the Twitter too. They're everybody. I know, we had the random, remember? This is look at the random account, bro. 21 on pizza. Because remember, I bought the shares on accident. It was linked to the random account when I went to buy on the YouTube. So I was like, whatever, we'll just keep it. Uh-oh, not term. For real, though. Uh-oh, not term. That's what happened on that one. Where is pizza? It came down. It was close. I thought it was a safe haven. I wanted to turn the random into a SPY ETF. You don't remember? And I tried to buy on the down day, the worst day, at the low, and then it wouldn't work. And then we had Liberation Day. Or the, what's it called? The 90-day. Do they have breakfast? Do you know what I used to love? Did they ever make you sell pizzas for school? Did you ever have to go door to door and sell pizzas? Because they used to have those, and they had a breakfast pizza that was fire. Oh, I don't know if anybody. I hope I unlocked the memory. You guys never did that? You never had door to door pizza sales in elementary school? They were frozen pizzas. Yeah, it was like cookie dough. Jeez, what kind of school did I go to? Yeah, no, you guys never did pizzas? Dude, maybe I just went to some capitalistic school, yeah. Maybe that's where I learned it from. We had cookie dough, but then we would have pizzas. You would sell pizzas door to door as a little kid for books. You don't remember that? If you generated like $5,000 in revenue, you got like a $20 book. It's a great commission. Yeah, but we had pizza, and they had a breakfast pizza, and that shit was fire. Yeah, now that's why I like Papa John's. I was just a little boy. We were eating breakfast pizza. Come on. Get me on where's Joyce? Put me on the view. Come on, let my wife tell you how mentally sound I am. Oh. It's a California thing, maybe. GTX? Garrett Motion. My girlfriend's Trump impression? I don't know. It made me think she was a liberal for a second. I was like, you jumped straight to that one? That was crazy. But yeah. Yeah, that was her first one. Owning a home count as a long term? Kind of. It's part of there, but once you get your house, I would restart a stock portfolio and then save. You're never done saving. That 10% ain't going nowhere. So you better save that 10%. With the Roth, they'll either loan against it or you'll get like a penalty, but they do let you use it for homes. So I wouldn't worry about it there. Just find the house, and I'm sure when you talk to the loan people, you'll get up to speed on everything. Trump envoy to Oman on Sunday for Iran talks, Reuters. Witkoff. About whole life policies, I mean, I hope this isn't an ad for insurance, but sometimes they're good. If you kind of treat it like a long term, and if you got big money, you could use it as like a credit line, pretty much. It's kind of cool, but other than that, if you're young, I don't think you need life insurance. As wild as that may sound. If you're old, I would get life insurance. I don't know how you don't have it. But, all my insurance people are going to hate me right now. Okay? But if you're below the age of 25 years old, even 30, I don't think you need life insurance. And I know somebody is going to tell you to buy it and why it's a good investment. But, yeah, you don't. So, very simple. For your S Corp, you can. Ask, do you have an IRA? So you could do a self-directed IRA, even with the S Corp. So ask him about that. Yeah, your payments will be high, but I mean, it's just like mortgage and down payment. Just do the math. So project what your payment would be if you got it at an older age versus how much money you'll burn getting there. Yeah. Well, all of it. I'd like, again, the whole life insurance, there's benefits after like a certain amount of time. You could start to use it like an asset. But like I'm saying, just I see a lot of I don't know, it was a couple years ago. You don't remember? I swear there was a time in the Chad where like 23-year-olds once a week would be like, "Josh, I'm getting life insurance. It's a good investment." I'm like, "Who told you that?" "My life insurance guy." I'm like, "Oh, okay." But yeah. So, but I don't think if you're below 30, bro, I wouldn't do it. I think I would rather spend the money on real estate or stocks. I think it was when Globe Life was popping off, huh? Now that I think about it, I honestly think the timeline matches up, bro. A lot of people ask you to buy it when you're 18. Well, even then, I think you could read the chat. You could see there's some good answers. There's a couple of guys who work in insurance. Yeah. But if you get it through your job, that's fine. If it's cheap. But again, I mean, I've seen kids pay $200 a month, $300 a month to get it very, very low and lock in their rate. But it's just like, dude, you're not. I think it'll be like another 10, 20 years before you get anything, bro. Because again, there's good commissions in that industry. You've been paying $300 a month since 19. So yeah, so that's $3,600 a year. This is what I'm saying. So $3,600 a year. You're 19 years old. 11 years, you'll be 30, right? So you spent $39,000. So let's see. Cost 30-year-old. That all depends. See, and then you have to go through coverage amount, health rating. I'm trying to get like an average premium for like a 30-year-old. But point is, by 30 for the next 30 years, the payment will be more, but you already burned 39 grand for when you had a lower likelihood of needing it, if anything. It all just depends on what you get into. So some people, they do higher ones, cheaper ones, installed, whatever, based on their knowledge. That's what I'm saying. If you hold it for those, what's it called? The whole life insurance, if you hold them after like 15 years, though, all those premiums you could like borrow against it. And then it turns into like a bond, you know? But like I'm saying, though, you can just go buy stocks and real estate. But I wouldn't do that until I'm older. That's my view on it. Yeah, 15 years you build a cash value, but I would rather do that in real estate and stocks and then buy it later. And then you could kill me. What? term. All I'm saying, you guys just figure it out though. But if you're young, I would put my money elsewhere. But that's, everybody has a different life. You all have to make a different decision. The best health insurance is push-ups. We didn't even do push-ups. So I got to stand up and move around. Bro, I've been sore, man. That's why I was like, I can't eat at the box anymore for like a month. I need to get me some carbs and more protein. I said, I gotta go just normal calorie maintenance. Pepsi near 5-year lows adding. I like it, man. I like it. Do I get up at 6:30? Yes. I wake up at 4:30. Cause I gotta get you guys the news, and I take a long time to poop. So I start the Honda up 2 hours in advance just to get it warmed up. You guys know that? I have to get it running for 2 hours of just idling. I gotta wake up. You gotta down the water. You gotta get the news. You gotta read the Bible. You gotta pray. You gotta stretch. And I'm still, I got poop again. Bro, materials are dropping right there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yeah, MP's down 11, but SPY's holding up. I like Coca-Cola. We're already up like 60% on Coca-Cola, but Pepsi is down. That's why I like it. I like Coca-Cola. You could get a very similar company, great American brand, and it's at a 5-year low paying 4%. It could still go lower, Pepsi, but I think it's a great starting price if you wanted to try to build an anchor around that. I have a squatty potty. Like, I just poop a lot, bro. I don't know. I'm healthy. It's a good thing that I poop that much. So I'm sorry you guys have to hear about this, but yeah, definitely. Like, I got active bowel movement, man. So we good over here for another successful week. Heading to the gym, baby. Hey, man, enjoy it. Woo! How does the horn sound on the new mic? Is it clean or is it loud? You could hear the air sizzle. Good. I like this. I hear myself. That's the weird part. I could hear myself coming out the speakers a little bit. The other mic didn't do that. Woo! Make it go up. Here, let me do this. I got you, bro. Are you ready? I'm going to go to the bathroom. So I'll go pee. I leave. Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, they go, you know what I'm saying? I got you, G. Let me go pee real quick. So I'll go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity. Real Cult News on Twitter. And then just be on the lookout, okay? Just be on the lookout. I'll BRB.
Consumers here in the States.
One of the things you see here when you talk to suppliers and buyers is that this essentially gives Asia and Africa to Chinese.
That the world returns to all-time highs on stability.
There's going to be some volatility. There's no doubt, and we'll have short-term momentum swings. But to be honest, I've, as you can tell by the color of my hair, I've been in this industry long enough. Gold has been on a bull run for over 20 years now, 25 years. I was producing gold in a market at $200 an ounce. back in early 2000. And so I think that overall trend is going to continue on. There will be some volatility, there's some momentum. You get some positive trade notes. You'll see some confidence coming back into the currencies, but I just don't think it's long-term sustainable.
How do you manage inventory in light of all that?
We our promise to our shareholders is that if they want to hold gold, what we provide is profitable gold production. We don't actually hold gold itself. We take our cash flow and put it back into the ground to try and continue growing and expanding our portfolio. That's one of the reasons why we have such a strong growth portfolio over the next 5-6 years. So we actually don't hold gold. And our investors, our shareholders, they have the option of doing that on their own. We're not going to force that on them. So our focus is delivering profitable gold production and growing gold production from all of our assets. And given that we have a fixed cost base in terms of the ounces coming out of these partner operations, the upside is entirely ours in terms of increasing prices. And so it makes it quite attractive. But we don't actually hold gold itself. As it comes in, we push it out the door, and then we try and find a way to put that money back to work in adding new assets to our portfolio.
You've been in a sweet spot, to be sure, Randy. Always good to talk to you. Thanks for coming on. Have a good weekend. Randy Smallwood over in Wheaton. It's kind of poetic, Leslie, that we're right at 56.70, which was the April 2 close, as we're going into an uncertain weekend regarding these trade headlines.
Oh, my gosh. As you've mentioned, we're going to be checking our phones all weekend for any headlines on that, on taxes. I mean, there's just so much in the air that's important to markets right now.
Plus, we got CPI next week. Let's get to Frank Holland and the half.
Thank you very much, Carl and Leslie. Welcome to the Halftime Report. I am Frank Holland in for Scott Wapner. Front and center this hour, reassessing the rebound. Is there more room to run, or are the gains fully baked in? Our investment committee is standing by to debate that and much, much more. Joining me for this hour, Jim Lebenthal, Brenda Vingello, Kevin Simpson, and Steve Weiss. But first, let's get a quick check on the markets. You can see a bit of a muted day on Wall Street today. Taking a look at the action that we're seeing right now, you are seeing the Dow down very fractionally, the S&P and the NASDAQ up very fractionally right now. And I think really that's where we need to begin. Jim, you're right here next to me. Where are you seeing the markets right now? So B of A, Hartnett coming out with a note. I'm just going to read the headline. I want to get your take on it. Says the U.S. stock rebound is likely over, despite the U.S. taking steps towards trade negotiations. Of course, U.S. officials and Chinese officials are meeting in Switzerland over the weekend.
Well, I think we have to start by acknowledging, Frank, that this is one heck of a rebound off of the April lows. I mean, I'm not going to calculate it right this second, but I think we're up 17%. So when we say that the rally might be over for now, I don't think that's too provocative a statement. I think also we have to acknowledge that while there does seem to be a little bit of progress on trade deals, a lot more needs to be done. The financial markets, to me, are clearly saying that they are willing to look through the damage that has been done over the last 6 weeks if we can get meaningful progress on reducing those reciprocal tariffs. If somehow we got down to just the 10% universal tariffs, the markets would be fine with that. But we need to see meaningful progress on getting those reciprocal tariffs.
This is all a scam, you guys.
Reduced or even eliminated before the pause.
So here's the funny part, why I'll call it a scam. Because do you guys realize that even if we settled at 10%, that is effectively like still one of the highest tariff rates in like 100 years? This is what I'm cracking up about. Because all of this, bro, Donald Trump, man, you may not like the guy. I mean, shit, I've even been a little bothered by some things, but holy crap. Bro, all of this like craziness and aggressiveness. And then look, we're moving now a little bit. I see an Elliott on Pipeline, but that's just an individual deal. And then D of J on ASRT. Something on paying a fine. Penny stock. To violated claims and connections with marketing fentanyl product. What? No, bro, but like, do you realize that like all of this weird negotiation, you got homeboy on TV like, yeah, 10%, everybody will love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm an insider. You know when Trump coin is gonna pump. Honestly, bro, I think I am an insider. I'm not, but I even got people close to me. They're even fucking confused at how much I've been calling. So I feel you, G, but, you know, God is good, man. That's who I give the credit to. So, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I could rub Republicans and Democrats the wrong way. So, yeah. Okay, bro. They waited till I came back, but you got some bathroom movements. I told you. You said you wanted this, right? This is what you asked for, correct? And then you call me an insider, but yeah. You like you, but you're going to see critically. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. That's what I honestly, I wish more people did. That's why I was saying the other day. I was like, man, if I'm really, if you really think I'm biased, how come I keep hitting them all? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, you would think I'd be caught flat-footed on one of my biases, but, man, I don't even like China, and I'm up on China. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to figure those things out. But, yeah, critical thinking is a good thing, man. It's a good thing. And I'll just tell you guys, there's a big difference if you ever want to know. Very, very simple. You hear a lot of people talk about Israel, right? And Palestine, right? And you hear people talk about the Pope. Bloomberg played the Pope for like an hour yesterday. Why didn't you guys complain to them about religion? So just remember who I rep. Jesus Christ, baby. Finger to the sky. So I am an insider, my father. Amen. Amen. Whoa! Oh, that right there. I think that says a lot. I think that is a very good point, especially on Wall Street. There's not too many Jesus-toting guys. The last guy went to jail for Paramount, so I don't even know if it's a good title to claim, but yeah. So welcome. But get a long term. That's all I want. And I don't know if you guys realize, every time, like, dude, look at how many people were like, man, I realized I suck at trading. You saw that when we had that conversation, right? And they were like, wow, I suck at trading. Now I do long term. I am the richest I've ever been in my life. Think about that. Every time you guys get a long term and realize this, you become less and less profitable for Wall Street. They cannot make money off your commissions. They cannot sell you a course. Oh, they can't. Oh, come on. Think about it. Oh. So there you go. Get a long term, baby. Get a long term. Every real Chad created is less money for Wall Street, more money for you. So, just think about that. Do you pay that down or get a long term? What's the rate? Every time a bell rings, a Chad gets their long term. That's funny, bro. For real, though. It's true. It's true. You hear that? I still got him. Still got him. That's a lot of long terms right there. I don't know if you heard it, bro. I don't know if that's a lot of long terms. Okay, man. Well, we had that move, but like literally my latest headline is that China bond thing. I don't got nothing else. India abstained from IMF vote on Pakistan. Pay off student debt. Are you still in college? Don't pay the student debt until you have to. That's it. So try to plan accordingly so that you don't rack up interest if you graduate, you know. Try to avoid interest, but otherwise you set out any debt, you got to just tackle it like the long term. That's the beauty of the things, you know, because if you learn the long term, you guys, you're going to realize you could apply it to anywhere else. And literally in this case, you just got to set up a amount every month and tackle the debt. Yeah, okay, you're picking up now to the downside. This is back to the lows. I see the low ticker moving. K-Web is on the low, but I don't see like I'm not watching any specific industry right now. So watch oil, watch the safe havens. Again, the yen, that's not moving, even the dollar. So yeah, it's very weird. I can't tell what it is. It's been like this since the morning. There is not one clear, yeah, that's what's going on. Again, it seems frantic or we're on pins and needles, but I still don't see anything. This seems like last Friday. That's what I was saying the whole time. That literally last week was Thursday, Friday, China rumor. Then Friday was like, we waited because we were like, oh my gosh, China. Then we got headlines at like the end of the day. Didn't really move. Then over the weekend was calm. Wasn't much. Everyone kind of ignored it, and then we went right back to it. So you'll get one more headline by the end of the day. You'll get one thing to lead you in, but then you're still gonna have to wait for the weekend, and that's the thing that I think is causing some of this. Unexpected financial burdens. Had to tap into the emergency fund. Would it be wise to put your long-term deposit into the emergency fund? No, unless you need money in like a day. You know what I'm saying? But just your long term is your bank. Keep it in there. Keep saving like you normally would. Pay yourself first. And then if push comes to shove, you need the money, it comes out of the account and you use it. But you don't use it. It's a fucking parachute. You understand? What happens if you pull a parachute while you're still inside? Don't do that. You see what I'm saying? You pull that shit when you are free falling, actually about to hit the ground. Are you understanding me? Otherwise, mentality stays the same. It's there for you, and you have it for this reason. But make sure you do not preemptively pull the cord. And that's all you got to do. So keep saving. Shit gets tougher. You find into something, you have to really be like, let that fucking checking go to zero. Let that checking account go to negative even before you're like, all right, I have no options. But you do have an option. That's the beauty of it, right? That's why I'm telling you this. That's why it's called a parachute. I want you to act as if you have no money, even if you have $20,000 sitting in another account. That way, we're not dipping into this thing like it, because you're not supposed to. We're not allowed to, right? It's only there for if you're about to die. That's it. So that's why I'm saying just make sure you go through it. And once you're like, okay, yeah, I'm sinking. I need this. Then you pull it, and then you'll be good to go. But other than that, try to withstand and see what there's other methods you could do before pulling. Pay the minimum. So are you paying interest? Well, I wouldn't. Like, if you have the money to pay it off and it's not going to any investment, yeah, but ironically right now, you get paid 4% in a year to hold cash. So you could just go put your money into a 1-year bond, get 4% in a year, pay the minimum payment, and then still make 1%. Or if that's too much work, too much hassle, just pay it off and call it a day. Otherwise, the plan, month by month, tackle the debt just as you would build savings. It's savings to bring down debt. NEE. Do you guys hear it when I move the mic around? I feel like it makes noise when I touch it. No? Okay, good. I was just adjusting it. Okay, Nike's going up now. Watch again, even the China names too. Alrighty. Well, you got a little bathroom break move. That's what you wanted, right? And now we have 45 minutes till the philo. Really not bad, bro. Nike is a China name. That's why I've been saying this week, watch out for the names that are like US based. But like China. China! We're at the high end, but I do think Monday's range is very important still. So again, that's unfortunately we are chopping. We just spent a whole week chopping. It felt like a rally, kind of, but no. You see, you advanced a little bit at one point, and it looks like you're still moving back up, but this is still a very gigantic. This is the box. This is the FOMO worry box, pretty much. You get above here, things will change. People will feel FOMO. Things beneath the surface will move. But other than that, until we still stay in here. And then once you get back below here, people get worried again. So, but that hasn't changed. That's why it's like we were saying at the beginning of this week that if nothing moves up or but down, then nothing has really changed. Okay, SPY's getting another candle here. Again, we got 45 minutes till the top of the hour. Volume's still low. Is it the chips? The ships? Let me get you a checkup again. Dow Jones, 11 green, 19 in the red. NASDAQ, 33 green, 68 red. SPY, 217 green, 285 in the red. Survey of Chads, how many own a Nike product? Does anybody not own a Nike product? We've done this before. I remember there was a couple Chads who were like, I own nothing from Nike. That blew my mind, but I have Nike stuff, but I don't know when the last time I bought something from Nike. Does that make sense? So I literally have Nike stuff, and I don't even remember when I bought it. But I didn't buy it in the last, 5 years. So, all my tank tops, bro, my last vlog, I didn't buy anything. I went there, but I didn't buy anything. I was just looking for tank tops, because I think I got my tank tops 5-6 years ago. So that's why I was like, wait. But yeah, I haven't bought Nike. I only buy it if it's on sale. But then when I buy it, I still have it. That's the thing I like about Nike, bro. And the line was long at the outlets. I was not going to wait there. Zkin again. That thing was just going crazy the last couple days. Chad is bearish on Nike. I would argue the whole world is bearish on Nike. I think bearish on Nike is consensus. Let's see. What is
but we've also passed an inflection point in terms of the degree of uncertainty vis-a-vis the broader macro outlook. That doesn't feel right to me. I mean, IG spreads are below 100 basis points. High yield is around 350 basis points. That is probably as good as it gets if you think that the next couple of months are going to feature an acceleration in inflation. There's nothing magic about that. It's actually mechanical. A deceleration in growth. And I think we heard it from Leslie earlier. A Federal Reserve that is in a very, very difficult position to be ahead of the curve and deliver those insurance cuts as it did in 2019. And so that sort of mix of growth, inflation, and policy isn't really, something that justify current spread levels. And so on spreads, I'd be a little cautious here. All-in yields, probably a bit more constructive.
Rich, how do you give
watch the
number?
You're popping a little bit. But hold on, my girlfriend just pulled up.
I need
She's making me do something for her.
Somehow stuck with me the most.
Like 21. Can you do something for me?
Number on it because you used to see mutual fund flows. There used to be things that were publicly reported that would give you a sense. I mean, there's a quote of there's the quote that private credit has north of $2 trillion, but not all of that is dedicated to normal way fixed income. A lot of it's targeted towards structured and the like. But look, I think you've got north of $1 trillion in private credit and well north of multiple trillions in the fixed income markets, the regular way fixed income markets that's available to be invested. And then the other thing that people spend a lot of time focus on and try to gauge is there's a lot of money in short-term money market funds right now, and at some point when folks get the sense that the Fed is going to start cutting, and we don't, you commented that we've gone down from 4, the market was looking at 4 cuts and now it's maybe 2, but at some point there could be some cuts, and when that happens, there's a chance that some of that money moves into longer duration fixed income as well. So I think we're in multiple trillions. I think it's going to continue to feed on itself as we look at how things move. If there's more volatility in the equity markets, that'll encourage more people to come into fixed income. I think a big defining moment for fixed income was right after Liberation Day when the equity market was super volatile and the fixed income markets had real normalized selling, no panic selling. Spreads widened a little bit, but it was incredibly functioning and snapped back quickly. So I think that's going to encourage more money. And so I don't see this liquidity position changing. Absent, obviously, if you have serious macroeconomic weakness or a serious spike in geopolitical activity, that changes the entire dynamic for everything. Mm-hmm. But absent that, I think you're going to continue to see lots of liquidity in the fixed income markets.
Incredible dynamic. Now, Lutfi, you know how more often than not, big fund managers tend to get pretty coy about the idea of giving up their returns. But this week, I spoke to Mike Arrighetti over at Ares, and he wasn't coy at all. In fact, that 12 to 15% return number was happy to be slapped on television. Now, what is your view here on private credit? Because elsewhere, people are getting pretty concerned about the marks you don't see.
Yeah. Look, I think the one thing I would say, especially when you compare private to public credit, there is no one-size-fits-all on the private side relative to the public side. And so I do think that once we enter this period of slower growth, and we're not forecasting a recession, we're just saying that the odds of a recession are significantly higher than that 15% long-term average. But once you go into an environment with slower growth, accelerating inflation, and probably sticky cost of capital, I think that will catalyze a lot of dispersion in private debt portfolios. The one example, I think the one sort of perfect illustration of one of the many differences between public and private is that on the public side, you do have well-established benchmarks that have been around for many decades that every fund manager is trying to beat. So when you look at the distribution of returns, say in the high-yield bond market relative to the Bloomberg index, for example, it tends to be pretty close. There is no analog to that on the private side. I mean, in fact, the odds of finding 2 private debt portfolios that look similar are actually quite low by design. And so as you enter that environment of slower growth, I think, you'll see more dispersion in performance across the funds.
Right.
And that will be a dynamic that will be super interesting to watch in my view. Now, we will experience the first default cycle, just like other markets. There's nothing, special about that, but dispersion will be the theme in my view.
We got to leave it there. That is Lutfi Karui of Goldman Sachs and Richard Zogeb of Citigroup. And I'm here for it, guys. Looking forward to seeing how both of you navigate that dispersion and talk to your clients through it all. Now, also bringing you some breaking news in the last few minutes here. Stellantis, it is nearing a choice for its new CEO. Bloomberg learned that America's boss, Antonio Filosa, is emerging as the leading candidate. However, the situation does remain fluid and the final decision has not been made. More details when we get them. This is Bloomberg.
Shut up. Shut up. It won't stop. Yeah, El Coyote put a Twitch poll. But I don't know, man. I feel like Nike is Nike, man. I don't think it's changed. You only buy it if it's on sale. Airbnb, bro. All right, I'm still doing this. My girl needs me to get her something. I need to set this up. She could wait a little bit. But other than that, man, my goodness. Oh, I wanted to, and that's the thing too. I figured out. The next time we do a game, you guys be prepared to receive your money in Amazon. Because PayPal, I like the PayPal, but it's so much easier to just send you guys shit to your house with Amazon. So I'll just buy whatever you want for the value. Because literally, remember Kurt won the $100, and I was like, man, he sent me his PayPal. I was like, bro, can I just Amazon you something? Because it's so much easier. And then it doesn't have any other stuff. And then he was like, yeah. And then he wanted a control arm for his car, and I was like, dude, that's amazing. I'm like, that's some worthwhile shit right there. So I bought him 2 control arms for his vehicle, and I said that's a great use. And that way, that's amazing. So yeah. I was like, we could do that, and I like that. I have a good game. Should I just tell you guys my game today? We could play, but I don't have a quiz if you guys want. So I'll still give you some money if you'd like. But I don't know. I don't know how I could get contestants. You will need a long term to play, actually. So you will. There's no playing without a long term. No, the game requires a long term. I thought of a funny game, dude. I thought of a really good game, actually. Remember I told you guys? See, you guys just need to let me come up with an idea. You know what I'm saying? Because we played a game, and they were like, a game. It's like, no, we need a good game. I thought the double it game was a good idea. Then you guys just ran through it in 5 minutes. And you're like, yeah, just give him the fucking 3,200. I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't. I thought there would be more tension. Guess not. But I do. I have another one. Well, you need a long term. The long term is part of the game. So are you ready? Do you want me to tell you the game? Or should I just wait till we do it? But you might have to wait a week then. I don't know. Of course, you guys are going to take the immediate, right? I thought they were going to double it to the moon. I thought no way in hell a Chad was going to pass up on an easy $1,000. I was like, they're not going to hand him 3,200. They handed him 3,200. Technically, I did, but I was like, damn, not one hesitation. Yeah, Ion loved that game. That's his favorite game. I would love it too, bro. You're a Chad for life now. He loves the Chad. He's like, bro, these guys just handed me $3,200. This is amazing. Literally, I did. That all played out exactly how we said it would. Y'all thought I was playing or something, I think, but no, like he took $3,200 just instantly. It's just so fast. That's it. We had a good week that week though too. So I'll tell you the game. I'll spill the beans. We haven't moved yet, man, honestly. So you guys, if you want me to shut up and stop ranting, I will, but there's no headlines. U.S. and other allies pile pressure on Putin, CNN. Coinbase is going now, and SMCI to the low. Okay, so I think we do the game with 10 people. So I will need 10 people. If I had a quiz, maybe I could just make a quiz right now. But 10 people, top 10 winners, right? We're going to put you on a Zoom call. Then the top 10 winners, you must have a long term or you literally cannot play. That's what I'm saying. You send me your long term, and then I take the long term, and then we show everybody the long term. But here's the catch. You don't know whose long term it is. So 10 people send in their long terms, then 10 people introduce themselves, say who you are, your job, what you do, and just a hobby and one thing, a fun fact about yourself, like Colt Real Estate, right? Then we're going to go through all 10, and then it is the contestant's job. You have to match up the long term to the person. And whoever correctly guesses the most amount of long terms to the right people, you will win whatever the prize is, 100, 1,000, 5,000, whatever we're allowed to. China sends Z security czar to trade talks with U.S. Dispatch of Wang to Switzerland, importance of fentanyl talks. Yo, Wall Street Journal, new update. I don't know if the market will react, but I'm having it early. I know I'm early. China sends security czar to trade talks. They're viewing that as positive because it's, what's it called? That means it is about fentanyl. And they are taking and sending a serious fentanyl person. So no reaction yet, but I'm about 2 minutes early on that, I think. So I don't know if it's hit anywhere else. Wait till other chats start posting it maybe. But yeah, watch China, but that headline's coming in now. It's Wall Street Journal, so you're either going to get a follow-up or that'll linger. All right, going down now. I'm surprised it's not going up, but you never know in this market. Hard to tell the direction, but yeah, prices, I'm telling you, I got you a 2-minute jump on that minimum. Yeah, other chats don't see it yet. Wait, it'll start circulating. But I think how to play it. I'm thinking bullish, but market is already trading a little lower. I'm thinking, boy, all right, it's hitting again. Could be a trap, too. I haven't made a move yet. Be careful. Honestly, nothing moved, but watch. It's going to eventually it's going to move, and then just don't FOMO if it moves. You have to act now, or that's it. You got to guess the right way or wait. Oh. I see it on another one. It's circulating now very slowly. Everyone's quiet. I don't know, man. I think we do it. Oh, wait. I still have some of the free ones, too. See, we need another signal. We have the headline. I just don't know which way they're going to panic. You get what? That's it. That's the only part about being so early sometimes is that you don't know how the algos are going to run with it. You've been there before. That's what I'm saying. Maybe gold, oil. We need another signal to give us an idea, but lately it's been dry all day. That's good news, though. It's a positive development. It just, at the end of the day, objectively, it just means China is sending over somebody to actually talk about fentanyl. They're sending their security guy who would be related to that. So at least this idea, and remember, that was the rumor a week ago. Wang Yi will accompany Vice Premier in Switzerland. All right, it's coming out again. Yeah, K-Web Boeing, honestly, if you don't want to even go for SPY, it's actually the better idea. like it, though. Yeah, fuck this buy. I think K-Web or Boeing will be your move on this. But again, I think we're early, no reaction. There might not be a reaction. Again, last Friday we had something similar. But like I said, that was just an exclusive report. I know we're early on it, but it's now getting circulated, but it's still very slow. All right. You got to think next week. So I took a small one on that, but I even put out a stream alert. I think I'd be looking for other plays to next week, though. I don't know if for some reason I like that little duties pause headline we had earlier, and then the fact that it's not like SPY may not do it, but like Asia plays or Boeing might be better. I like sweet greens coming up. They went up 6%. Premiums are now moving, but it's all really small. You're not getting, again, no panic. Even though you would think a headline would, there's nothing there. But watch if gold or oil or something moves. Tesla, maybe, but I prefer K-Web and Boeing. Like, I think that might give you a little bit more coming into next week. Okay, contracts are moving. Where are the sweet greens? Okay, Fiverr. Okay, now they're up like 15 almost. So yeah, the little jump there. The contracts did not move at all. But yeah, that candle's starting to pick up a little bit. And Bitcoin, like I said, if you get another signal of like risk on, then you need panic. Otherwise, you're going to lose on this. So yeah. Okay, I took my 12% because it was near the money. It was more expensive. I'm going to look for next week plays. VSTS Betaville takeover note. Nike, no. They work with designer brands on collabs, but it's a budget company and it's good. But it is still kind of expensive though. Okay. So I still like that move, but I don't want to get trapped. I got a good 15% easy. So if it came down, I know they'll cuck me. I'm down to reposition, but we're too early on that one. We need panic. We need hype. But if it's not there, I don't like any play without it. Yeah, that's what sucks being too early sometimes if there's no like immediate one. But we got little hints today. The breadcrumb about the duties, that was good. And that headline is good. These are all positive. So whatever the Swiss said, let them do their thing. But those are the two breadcrumbs I'm following into the weekend. Do you guys understand? That's it. There was a comment that said pausing duties. You might hear that in 3 days. That's a breadcrumb. And then now this one about sending multiple people and then the person who would be a part of the fentanyl. That means we might get more details, but then again, don't get your hopes too high because that's how you're going to get fucked. So, other than that, those are the two breadcrumbs there, and it's just like anything else, if it doesn't get people panicky, FOMOing up or down, then it's worthless. right. Okay, coming back down. I haven't taken them. I like the Boeing or K-Web. Telling you. Even when I'm telling you, I'm eating a jelly bean right now. Even when I tell you guys next week plays, Boeing or K-Web. It's on the watch list. Don't overthink it. 10 explosions near Singapore airport. I only ate one. It's one Trader Joe's sour jelly bean. Capital One. You ready? Are you guys ready? Got a headline from the world's greatest activist who means well. The Federal Reserve should reconsider its approval of Capital One's acquisition of Discover. This decision will seriously hurt consumers and merchants. Liz Warren. There it is. Thank you, Liz. I'm so glad she weighs in on these situations. I would be so lost without her. Finally, a voice of reason in a dark world. Elizabeth Warren. K-Web just posting the play? Why? You were here yesterday. You were here the day before that. Well, you didn't follow along, brother. Sorry. Girl flowers from Trader Joe's? No. Did I ever tell you guys that one time I tried to get my girl flowers? Did I ever tell? I think it was Valentine's Day a couple years ago. Did I tell you guys what happened? When I went and I Googled flower shop on the maps and I went to drive. Do you guys know this story? Ex-Fed Governor Warsh could have lower policy rates if Fed reduces balance sheet. Amen. Well, the market's not moving, I'll tell you it. So, it's Valentine's Day, and I had to leave, and, I wasn't there, with her the weekend, and then I was up early in the morning. I was going to go see her. I was going to surprise her. And I was like, oh, I need to get her flowers. So, everywhere's sold out, the Trader Joe's, all that. And I'm like, I'm going to get her, nice flowers. So I start looking up flower shops nearby. And I'm looking for custom flowers. And I find this place. They got a shop. It looks good. They got pictures, bro. Dude, so nice. Custom flowers. And I'm like, all right, perfect. Exactly what I need. They have a shop. I could go see them. Great. I put in the address. I'll drive my ass 30 minutes, bro. And I pull up and I'm like, I can't. It does not look like a shop at all. And I pull up. It's a damn cemetery. Apple Maps sent me to the flower shop in the cemetery for the coffins. Yeah. And I was like, oh, hell nah, bro. It was terrible. I was like, no. So, yeah, and she did not, I just turned around. She did not get flowers. Hertz again. Remember that was running earlier? They did have flower. It was weird, bro. I was like, what? No, I look legit, but yeah, I made a mistake. Hertz. It was running today. We saw 2 pops on it. Again, small caps. I think some of you learn it every time, market goes down. There'll always be a random small cap runner. Always. And then oil starting to move too. Again, China comments. You're at the same spot. But remember too, I swear, That's been happening lately too. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, you had good news, and then you popped, and then you just sold it off. So yeah, I'm going to try it. No, literally, I'm going to make a move on it, but this is what happened last time. I'm just testing something. But I've noticed this, there's another day it happened too. But you're getting you'll get good news, you'll get the news pop, but then it just creates the wicked fade. Let's see. I might be out of this shit by the time I even. So yeah, I'm not gonna stream alert this. I'm gonna be out of it, but before then, it's already up. But yeah, I want to see. So I just uncertainty, and then we're leveling out with no panic. That's really it, you guys. I'm telling you. The ideological gurus battling for the soul of Trump world. Wall Street Journal. I don't know. You guys lost me at protein is for radicals. That's what what is the far right's obsession with protein? You stupid fucks. What is your obsession with? Just go outside. Yes, there was an article, I think, a Variety. Of course, Chad sends it to me because you guys, I like politics and protein. That's what I said. I'm not going to lie to you. It is kind of true, though, because I am in the best shape of my life, and I'm probably the most Republican I've ever been in my life. So there is a core. Literally, I haven't supported Trump until the last, 8 months? This is all new, if you really look back. But then my protein consumption is at all-time highs. So I think they're dramatic, but I don't think they're too wrong. All right. That put held, surprisingly. I'm not down on that put. I don't know how. Okay, now it moved down. Like 8 months, yeah. I just knew we had to vote for him. That's it. Everything else, I've always stayed. Even then. Arguing right, left. I went up the middle. Hey, yo, Garp. You're the only one I could ask. But have you seen my 2K stats, Garp? I'm number 1 on my friends list. I got the best record. You know that? I thought you would be proud of me. Okay, Bond's up. I think Caroline is live.
But we also know and realize that there's a lot of medications out there that will you.
Okay, that put did work. Good thing I didn't close that. Remember, I was like, dude, that thing held pretty good. But yeah, the fade thing is working for now. Let's see. Okay, low ticker picking up. I mean, you already dropped. We're either going to bounce right before or you're going to hit the new low. You're 8 points away. Oh, we never hit yesterday's low, huh? Yeah, and then put premiums up 10, 15% again. So now another 15 to the downside if you want it. I might actually take it, though. Look, they'll just rock it in and then it gets a green. Yeah, I'm going to take the 15. Okay. Only got 10. I think it'll flush, but yeah, it might work, bro. I think anytime you see this news pop, it's like good news, but it doesn't get panic, fade the fuck out of it. But then again, this was only 15%. The last 2 days was like 1%. And then that you get like 100% on the play. So I'm just testing that out though, but that worked better than any call play. I'm telling you, that put held up way better than any of the calls. So that was interesting. JP Morgan turns overweight on emerging market Asia currencies.
9, 10. Audio check. Audio check 1.
Audio
2,
check.
3, 4, 5.
NVVE, NBR. Name still moving. MOS on the highlight. Fertilizer plays. And some of those material ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, oil up, still going lower. No, don't go anything far out the money. It's not working right now. When we get like a crazy move and more follow through, it will, but for now it's not. I'm just doing the only way if you want to profit off a couple dollar moves, you got to be near the money, sadly. And then, do you know it's even more sad? You have Caroline Levitt coming on soon. But we do got to go to Philo in like 5 minutes. So I don't know how you guys want to remedy this. At this point, most of you are already ready to go. But I'm not going to ask you to buy a membership. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to ask you to just buy a membership. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to have to let you know that we are going to be moving to Philo in a little. So if you don't want to hear about Jesus, if you don't want to hear somebody tell you how great you are, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay? That's it. Oh, Mr. Hanlon. Dystopian. I didn't ask. They're honestly though, for real, man. You guys got to realize there's Chads who really know me in here, and they've been here for a long time, bro. So they have fun with all of it, and they know how I might have to ban a couple people, but I hope you guys realize, man, these guys are giving you a gift, and I think they want you to have an opportunity. Yo, Disney. What is this? It's not too crazy, but that could lead to something. So yeah, turn on your gifts, but I do hope that you realize, some people, they want you to see what's up, bro. They want you to have a shot. So you should thank them, man, and I hope y'all use it and take the most advantage of it and get a long term. Let's go. It's like buying Josh a protein bar once a month. Amen. When will the stream alerts reopen? When somebody could get 100% on my macro quiz. How about that? Otherwise, you just got to be patient. Connor! Connor! Today's your first day. Well, I hope you enjoy it. You'll see what Philo is all about. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did rant a lot more than usual today prior to Philo. But, a lot was going on, and the market wasn't really moving. And then the long term and how far we went, it's just like, man, the long term is showing a lot right now and where the market has ended up. So, yeah, Cameron. Wow. God bless you. Was your first one? Well, I'm glad, man. It's not for everybody. and I'm very well aware of that. But, you know, some people, you either hate it or love it. So I like that usually. You know, that means it's either really good for you or it's just not for you. Okay, you're moving back up again. Just JP Morgan comments and the LME thing. All right. I think we should maybe get it going. I like PII. Is that Polaris? Or no, is that the... No. I'm thinking of somebody else. No, Polaris I like. I've always wanted one. I've never owned one, but I need to check their dividend and all that stuff. But I think Polaris is a great brand. You know that? I really think they're a good American brand. You know, now not everybody's always going to buy $20,000 golf carts and shit, but for what they do, I think they're the greatest brand at it. But... yeah, I got to check into their finance. I don't really follow their financials, to be honest. Waste Management's a great stock. Yeah, I think we brought that up on one of my other videos. I think on the Instagram video. I like Walmart, too. Man, if Walmart ever got cheap, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm listening to Hot Mic. Well, let's just get it popping, boys. Let's just move on over to Philo. So, and then Fridays, I don't know what's going to happen on Fridays, because last Friday we went to Philo and we didn't come out of it. So, no guarantees on Friday. I'll leave it up to the members to make their decision. But if I don't see you guys, we'll be on at the bell if you want to play Call of Duty. Oh, wait. I might be able to play Call of Duty. I don't know. I'll have a little bit of time, but not a lot of time. But, yeah. Other than that, market's moving. You're probably going to get a random headline. Just be aware. But like I'm telling you, don't overthink it, bro. All you got to do, look out for China, Boeing. Call it a day, bro. Philo, well, even though the market's moving, I got a little bit of life I want to talk about. And we're going to talk about life, the Bible. I don't think today has as much Bible, so that'll be good for some of you. But other than that, just we're going to speak on life, a little bit of off topic. And then meanwhile, if anything breaking happens during Philo, we will get to that. So other than that, this is a contentious moment. You know, some people don't want to hear the Jesus stuff. That's why we go private for that moment because, you know, I don't want you to think I'm misbranding Stock Market Live or anything. So we do stocks. I'll save my religion to those who want to pay for it. And I'm so bad at religion, I charge for it. That's how bad I don't know. But either way, maybe I'm good at it for charging. Wait, ask a pastor. What? But either way, I love you, Chad. I hope you have a good Friday. We'll be here, though, after the bell for a little bit, and then hopefully we'll be back on Power Hour. If not, get that membership, and I will see you at this link. Amen. Amen. Okay. Bye.